So I guess I gotta be the first to ask this. When it comes to the standards of boxing, hating is cool now. The way they be hating now. Yesterday was disgusting. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Oh, what's up, Jay Will? Man, the Raymond Ford fight, it already had me like, bro. After I seen Raymond Ford, I was like, bro, fans ain't keeping 100 on the Raymond Ford fight. I'm like, like after the Raymond Ford fight, bro, I ain't had no energy. I was like, all right, man, this how it's gonna go. I said, okay. A couple of people agree with me, but most of the fans, they go with whatever. I don't know what guys be looking at because I'm gonna tell you something right now too. That Raymond Ford fight went the same way Tank Davis and Pitbull went, and everybody picked Pit. They picked. Yeah, I did too. But you know what's crazy though? That fight with Ford, it went the same way that Pitbull and Tank Davis fight went, and for some reason everybody picked Tank Davis in that fight though. So yeah, I mean, trust me, every boxing fight exposes itself. The bias is just everywhere. So y'all think Nick Ball? So he won them Ford fight, but Pitbull lost the Tank, and he fought the same way. Matter of fact, I think Pitbull fought better against Tank than what Nick Ball did against Ford. Yeah, they don't want to hear that. Straight facts. Can't argue that. That's really facts. They talking about some acting like it wasn't no close fight. Like the fact that people don't want to acknowledge that it was a close fight. All right, moving on, man. We ain't even got nothing to talk about. What's up, 3V? The fact that they can't acknowledge that the Ford fight was close, it ain't nothing to talk about. What other boxing can we talk about? Oh, I don't think the Ford and Ball fight was close. Okay. It ain't nothing else to talk about then. If we can't get that understood, then like we on two different levels. Yeah, but I understand what a lot of people said. I don't disagree with a lot of people, but the extremes that people been saying, in that fight, people getting extreme. I felt like he won the fight. I thought Nick Ball let it slip away a few times. He got his nose busted. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. That fight was kind of like, and then we could kind of say the Ford fight kind of played out like the Usyk fight did. Yeah, I don't understand that. He was what was he 125.4? Oh, what's up, Aaron? What's up, dog? Shout out, shout out my dog Aaron, man. Yeah, he was like 125.4. I'm like, okay, he gonna be at one featherweight for a minute. Yeah, shout out to Aaron, man. What's going on? Yeah, I like a rematch. That fight was close. Like I don't understand what people were seeing in that fight. They be missing a good fight, man. I don't be understanding that. People like, yeah, he got washed. In that fight, I don't even think nobody got dropped. Talking about I don't understand. So yeah, from what I seen, I wasn't keeping score really. But yeah, I felt like he was getting majority of the shots in. Cause Ball wasn't really jabbing until later on in the fight. Then when he was jabbing, he started grabbing. Most of the time when they was grabbing in the fight or clinching, it was Ball who was doing all that. Ford wasn't in there clinching. So people gotta watch out for that too. He was letting his hands fly. I don't know, man. Hergovich, he looked too relaxed when he went in the ring. I was like, oh, maybe that's just his mannerism. He was too relaxed in that fight. I don't know what it is, man. I felt like a lot of those guys who was talking about retirement possibly, it creeped in. It creeped in. There was too much retirement talk going on. I don't know what it was from. I guess you gotta ask them personally. I don't know what it was from, how they felt going into the fight. Yeah, man, it was wild. It was definitely wild. It was some good fights. They definitely had some good fights on yesterday. The Ammo Williams fight was good. Yeah, Nick Mogg, he fought good, but I gotta keep it a thou wow though. You know what I'm saying? I don't do no capping over here. I done made plenty of Nick Ball videos. I covered his last two fights, I think. But Nick Ball, he fought better in his last fight than he did in this fight. I don't know. I guess it's people like really their first time checking him out. I don't know what they seen as far as him being dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like Ford was letting his hands fly the entire fight. Oh yeah, the boy been on a mission since the last fight, since that Big Baby Miller fight. He been on a mission. He been on a mission. For real. I wanted to pick him in this fight. I picked Hergovich, but I wanted to pick the boy. Just because, yeah, he been on a mission. He a young guy. He's only like 26. You know what I'm saying? The guys he's fighting, they already been in their prime already. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Vargas fight. And he fought better than the Vargas fight. If you ask me, everybody talking about he got robbed in the Vargas fight. So that means he fought better in that fight, right? If you think he got robbed. So I was like, nah. If y'all giving him that and he didn't get the last one, nah, he fought the same way against Big Baby Miller. He lost against Big Baby Miller. Yeah, he lost against Big Baby Miller. He said, I know Wilder lost. How did he look though? Did it look like he need to retire? Uh Man, to be honest with you, at this point, like from what I've seen, he was getting the rhythm out under him. I'm just be honest, it's honest assessment. He was getting the rhythm under him before he got dropped, but his legs is like not under him like that just because he still got a lot of ring rust, and you still dealing with guys who's heavier than you, they elite. They still got more experience than you in boxing. So everything, he was dodging a lot of shots. It was a lot of shots he was dodging early. He just got caught with one on the nose. The way he got caught with it, I don't understand what happened. He didn't really give an explanation, but the way he got caught, it was like he didn't see the shot from where it came from, and where he looked up when the referee moved. He didn't know if that was John or the referee, so he kind of turned towards the referee. But then it was John at the other direction. And he kind of caught Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of went bad. Yeah, he looked John is huge compared to Wilder. I seen a picture of John not recently where a guy was like, I don't know if you seen the picture where like the trainers like holding John, like picking him up after he won. Man, he looks huge compared to the guy that's holding him. Yeah, he's a huge guy. Yeah, it's huge. It was huge. I'll be lying if I say that didn't worry me when I seen it. Especially like when they was in the ring, I was like 215, man. I don't know. 215, I don't know. I just feel like in my mind, personally, I felt like that 238 made a difference against Fury that last fight. Even though he still let him lean on him. Even though he let him lean on him too much that last fight. But the fight against John, he was just, it seemed like he was getting a rhythm like the third, fourth, and fifth round, sixth round. Because John was throwing some heat early on, trying to see if he can catch him. But it's just the one shot was at a disadvantage. But if you look at it just after the fight, you know what I'm saying, just to criticize anything, if you look at everything, it looks like he could have possibly had another go at trying to see if he can last another 10 seconds as far as letting his hands go. Just because we seen a couple of guys recently get hurt like that and get up. And he got up pretty fast. He was wobbly a little bit, but he got up pretty fast. He was doing a decent job, but him not fighting a lot recently, I don't think that's helping. You know what I'm saying? As far as his timing, I was looking at one of his old fights because I don't, even though I'm a fan of Wilder, I don't watch his old fights like all the time. I really don't watch him that much at all. But he looked like his timing, he was a lot faster when he was punching at Fury and stuff like that. He's not in the ring a lot. I think with him getting older now, it's not that he's probably getting older, it's that he can't punch his target like he used to. Yeah, he didn't see it. And the way it hit it kinda like brushed his nose. It like brushed his nose a little bit, and then and then when the referee moved behind him, he was thinking like, "Is that John behind me?" So he turns towards the referee, and then John like comes around and punches him and catches him bad. But the crazy thing about it is he hopped right back up though. That's the thing that surprised me. When he hopped back up, I was like, I couldn't even react. I'm like, whoa, he just hopped right back up. He just hopped right back up. That was crazy. Yeah, but they'll try to make it seem like it was way worse than what it was. I mean, obviously he got dropped, but my thing is, and I don't make these thumbnails to be funny or to poke fun at other boxers or make stuff a clown show, or that ain't what it's about. I just sat back last night and I observed everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good listener, so I listened to what everybody had to say. And yeah, he definitely should, no question. No question. Why would he not go in the Hall of Fame? No question. No question. I can definitely give reasons why he should. That's no question. You put anybody else's name with his resume on it, they going into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's no question. I just think that him when people look back and probably, 20 years probably, them kind of aging him out. He's 38 now, you know what I'm saying? Them aging him out and everything else, it didn't help the sport really. You know what I'm saying? He made as many fights as he could possibly. But to be honest with you, I've been watching Wilder since, I don't know, probably 15 years now. But I'm kind of burnt out on any Wilder news at this point. Me being a fan of him, I don't really report too much because I'm kind of burnt out on the whole idea of just his fights or the coverage over him overall. Because if I go down a list of stats right now, it'll kind of expose every fan right now in boxing and media person who reporting right now. And I don't want to do that right now because I'm low key kind of ticked off. And it's just not about Wilder. It's just the coverage of boxing overall that you like Wilder, Malik Scott as a trainer. Yeah, I think Malik Scott doing a good job. Like I wrote down to some people recently. It's like how do I explain this? Y'all remember when Kobe went from Phil Jackson to then he had like Mike Brown as his coach. It's almost kind of like the Kobe situation. Like when Kobe had Phil Jackson, he looked like Kobe. Then but the team around him and everything else kind of changed, and it didn't look the same as when, even though he was still Kobe, it didn't look the same around him when he had Phil Jackson. Not saying that it's a trainer situation. It's just that when you're at that age, you remember they tried to make Kobe like a point guard type guy. You can't really do that. If you look at most athletes, it's just kind of hard to switch up different things at this point. But is he a bad trainer? I mean, I don't think so. I just think that the style is kind of hard to figure out when you're this far up in up in age. He's almost 40 trying to figure it out. But if you ask me, I don't know. He's just in hard fights, man, to be real with you. He's just in hard fights. I mean, everything that happened, if you look at it from the statistics, it's not really surprising. Got a 38-year-old man, 215 pounds, going against a guy 280, got knockout power, just dropped Parker twice. So if he touches you, he gonna knock you out. I knew going into the fight, honestly, if Jean touches Wilder, they gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's not really no high expectation. It's not really no high expectation going in. One guy gonna get knocked out, honestly. But I just think Wilder, he takes such big challenges at the worst times. If I could have any criticism, like he doing it for the fans and stuff, because that's the fight the fans wanted to see. The fans say, "Hey man, we want to see you fight so and so." Okay, I'll fight him. Oh, we want to see you fight John. They said he was fighting John 2 months ago. He hops up off the couch after everybody said he need to retire, and he jumps up and fights John. And the fight went the way it did. You said everybody got knockout power. At heavyweight, nah, everybody not knocking out everybody at heavyweight. I think that's a ghost story. Wilder only got knocked out by Fury and John. And he still finished on his feet against John. But at the same time, everybody's not getting knocked out at heavyweight. Anthony Joshua, he finished on his feet. What else? Fury finished on his feet against Ngannou. So everybody not getting knocked out. They getting dropped because it's heavyweight, but knocked out. Everybody ain't got that KO power. John got that KO power. You know what I'm saying? His power is a little different. That's why everybody ain't really fought him yet. If we realize that everybody ain't fought him yet, yeah, that fight gonna be next. Yeah, him and Dubois gonna be next. Yeah, AJ and Dubois gonna be next. I think Dubois did a good job, man. He actually did everything I thought he would do. People gotta understand he a young guy. That's what I realized. The fans these days, they don't care if Dubois if he fought Usyk when he was 25 or whatever. They don't care about none of that. Only thing they care about is, are you gonna win your next fight? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of pressure on a lot of these fighters, not just Wilder or any of these guys, even like Ruiz. People gotta look at it from all angles. Like when Ruiz went 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua, now he gotta claw his way back trying to get a rematch or a fight with a top guy. Oh yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with what you're saying just to say anything. I had to make that point. Everybody's not. You said Deontay Wilder was a manufactured champion. Um, I think the fans are. I think most of the fans are casuals. If you think Deontay Wilder is a manufactured champion, that means you're a casual, Johnny Durag. I'm gonna explain why you're a casual real quick. If Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweights of all time, like you guys been saying for the past 5 years, and that's one of Tyson Fury's biggest wins, and you guys keep reposting the highlights every time he has a fight coming up, and it gets millions of views. If that's a big win, why would that guy be a manufactured champion? Why would y'all watch highlights of somebody being a manufactured champion? Don't understand that. And it's one of your top wins on your resume. So the top win that Tyson Fury had in the last 7-8 years is Deontay Wilder. And you're gonna say that guy's a manufactured champion. So what did that make Tyson Fury's resume? If Deontay Wilder's manufactured and he's the top guy on Fury's resume, what does that make Fury? Make him manufactured too, right? And the top guy that you got in your resume, he's 200 pounds. So y'all the ones that been running around bragging about a 300-pound guy being a 200-pound guy. And the joke's on me. No, it shows how trash heavyweight boxing fans are, because you don't want to appreciate it, and you don't want to understand boxing like that. You don't want to give him my just due. You want to argue, and you want to say how much you don't like Deontay Wilder. If you say you just don't like Deontay Wilder, that makes sense. Now, do you like Deontay Wilder, or do you hate Deontay Wilder, or not like him, or do you think he's a manufactured champion? Because I'll show you how everybody overrated. Let's not do that now. Come on now. You know I really do this, Mr. Durag. Come on now. You know I really do that. I'm the ultimate troll. Yeah. He flipped the ASAP because he know what time it is. You know I do this. Come on now. I don't never defend Wild on this channel, but I feel like it today. After what I seen last night, please. Please. And y'all say y'all Mike Tyson fans? How you a Mike Tyson fan, but you think Deontay Wilder manufactured? Mike Tyson never fought, win the ring and drop the guy multiple times like Tyson Fury. Let's stop it. Credible competition now. Absolutely. These guys wouldn't even know who a Joshua or a Fury was if it wasn't for Deontay Wilder. When Tyson Fury was sitting up here beating Klitschko, nobody wasn't watching Tyson Fury. I was. Why y'all think I be talking like I do? I'm a bigger Tyson Fury fan and Joshua fan than most of these guys. I just feel like choosing Wilder today. That's how I roll. When the fans want to be hypocrites and biased, I like to go the other direction. Yeah, exactly. At least give him credit for that. You ain't gotta like the guy, but Give him credit for helping the heavyweight division become what it was. Because while you guys still waiting around, not you guys in the comments, but I'm talking about overall the fans. While these guys out here waiting on heavyweights like Joshua and Fury to still fight each other, come on, man. Like if it wasn't for Wilder, what's the biggest fight in the heavyweight division the last 5 years without Deontay Wilder? Usyk and Joshua, people didn't really watch that, especially the first time. I put money down and everything. People didn't watch the first one. The second one, they possibly watched the second one. But the first one, I know they didn't. You know what I'm saying? What, Usyk and Fury? That fight just happened after being postponed 3 or 4 times. Even though Deontay Wilder, one of my favorite fighters, man, I had to hear about him ducking Jung after he lost to Parker. Went 12 rounds. Yeah, that's it. Tim Tszyu pulling out kind of hurt me. Tim Tszyu kind of hurt me. Yeah, they just wanted the Anthony Joshua versus yeah, that Tim Tszyu pulling out. That's the fight I was looking forward to. I ain't gonna lie to you. You said Wilder was moved strategically. Nobody ever said Munguia had a padded record. I mean, he just happened to fight 40 guys. Nobody said he was padding his record. That's what I'm saying. Fans just be saying stuff like that. Fans just be saying stuff like that. They don't be understanding. They don't understand the real science behind boxing overall. Fans just say stuff like, oh, if a guy got 40 wins, who was it against? That happens all the time. Canelo was the same way. Nobody brings it up about Canelo, though. Canelo was the same way. Canelo had a lot of fights. I don't understand now. People like pros with 10 fights to do stuff more than pros with 40 fights. The guys with 30, 40 fights, we want to move them slow. But the guys with 10 fights, let's move them fast. That don't make no sense in boxing. And with a guy like Wilder, it doesn't make any sense. From the outside looking in, just to be unbiased, it doesn't make sense. The one thing I realized the past 4 weeks, I said, let me think about something I'm gonna keep hearing about that I never noticed. One thing I noticed is people keep asking about Deontay Wilder's weight before the fight. They like, hey man, how much you weighing? How much is he weighing? How much he weighs now? What you think he weigh? What his weight is right now? I'm like, whoa, why they keep asking about his weight? So they ask about his weight 24/7. Do they ever ask the opponent what his weight is? Like, what is that about? I never thought about that. If you already know that he's a smaller guy, why do you keep asking about his weight multiple times before a fight? And then they act like it's not a big deal. If it's not a big deal, why are you asking about the smaller guy's weight multiple times in interviews before a fight? Then after the fight, they're like, oh, it's not an excuse. Why are you was asking about it during the interviews? I mean, he's been in 40 fights. You know how much he weighs. But fans don't pay attention to stuff like that, though. Because they want to tell you something you already seen. It's crazy how many times fans want to actually. I'm going to tell you the weirdest thing about boxing fans, well, so-called boxing fans, they think they boxing fans. If you're just excited to run and tell somebody, hey, man, so-and-so lost, said, wow, the best win is Luis Ortiz, whose best win was what? You think Luis Ortiz is a bad win? When we just had fans in my comments telling me how like one of Joshua's best wins lately has been Jermaine Franklin. He went 12 rounds with. And Luis Ortiz, what, just as good as Jermaine Franklin is. So how's that a problem? I don't understand that. People don't understand that, man. Even with John recently. We just had John fight Parker and Wilder. We still haven't seen Fury or Joshua fight John. But we had multiple people saying how Wilder doesn't fight nobody and he was ducking. But that's another fighter that he's fought somebody before they got to him or before they wanted to. Yeah, he would have hurt somebody. Yeah, he can do it. He said he thought about doing it recently. He said in an interview. I was gonna post a video about it. Yeah, he thought about it, but me personally, I don't know. I think he thought about that for safety purposes, but overall, he could have did it, but nobody would have fought Fury, so I think that's how he looked at it. Nobody was trying to fight Fury anyway, so maybe he looked at it as, yeah, it's Luis Ortiz, probably, most likely. That's a good win. But he's a bronze medalist though. To say a bronze medalist can't box, that's a stretch. Because from now on, I'm telling you, like the analogies I'm starting to see. What's Ortiz's best win? At this time, off top of my dome, I don't know. I don't do the whole triangle theories about bro. I'm gonna just tell you like this: the reason I picked Andrew Ruiz to beat Joseph Parker wasn't because Andrew Ruiz had a super impressive win. It was because of how he fought in the loss. Is why I picked him against Joshua. So it ain't about whose best win is what. Styles make fights. It's obvious. We're starting to see that right now in 2024. It's been a lot of upsets. It's gonna be a lot more upsets. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm glad since we asking questions, Johnny Durag, what is Tyson Fury's best win? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's Tyson Fury's best win? What's Anthony Joshua's best win? He overachieved. I mean, I wouldn't even say he overachieved. I mean, I'll say because people try to make that sound like he wasn't. I feel like he did something that nobody be able to do. That's Rocky Balboa stuff. Nobody's walking off the street, jumping into boxing after high school, going to that level, fighting guys like Tyson Fury. I mean, before that, bro, nobody was watching heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing wasn't on mainstream. Nobody was spending pay-per-view money to watch heavyweight boxing before Deontay Wilder jumped into the mix. Let's just be real. Before Deontay Wilder, it wasn't we didn't have a DAZN or none of these PBC pay-per-view fights and stuff like that. So we gotta understand what guys really done for the sport of boxing. Yeah, but look how far back that Klitschko fight is. Look how far back that Klitschko fight is. So that means that guy hasn't been doing anything. We can basically say he's been protected. If Fury's best win is Klitschko, he's protected. And he still hasn't fought Anthony Joshua. And nobody says either of those guys are ducking either anybody. They don't say Fury's ducking or Joshua's ducking. They only say Fury's ducking now because he got dropped by Ngannou. Now, if Deontay Wilder would have got dropped by Ngannou, I would still be hearing about it till this day. I don't know if people know this, but no heavyweight boxing fan can laugh at me when the heavyweight division just aged out basically guys like Wilder and John, because these guys are like 40, almost 40 years old. So you basically done aged these guys out just so Usyk can swoop in, get the belts. Now you didn't let Daniel Dubois get so many experienced fights, fighting guys like Usyk and Hrgovic. Now he's built himself up to where he's a danger. So people don't realize it, but Daniel Dubois can be a guy who can swoop in and get revenge on a guy like Usyk and take the belts from everybody. They might have to do that. That might end up happening. So don't be surprised about that. But yeah, the heavyweight division isn't as strong as what people are trying to make it seem. I mean, it's being built up to where it's at now, but it's taking time to get to where it's at now. I think you're just enjoying the fruits of people like Wilder's labor. Like I tried to tell people 2 weeks ago, it's not easy to go in there and walk down a guy like Fury at the size he's at, and get knockdowns. Everybody don't knock down Fury. I know Ngannou did it, but everybody doesn't knock down Fury. And we're talking about a Fury that Wilder fought that actually trained. Oh yeah, shout out to what Aaron said. He boxed good enough to have AJ shook and avoided him. Exactly. I'm not gonna get on here and say nothing biased or anything like that. I like Anthony Joshua, but at the same time, his competition has not been great the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? As fans, we've been building these guys up. You haven't heard me on here trying to. Only thing I've been doing is dissecting things that fans been saying that's fluff or it's just overkill. They doing too much. You said Jung is 41 and looks better than Wilder, who is 38. First of all, Jung is used to be the same size as Wilder, and he's not that size no more. And second of all, Jung went 12 rounds with Hrgovic, and he went through a war after that fight. Wilder is almost what 80 pounds less than Fury, 60 pounds less than Fury, 50 pounds, 40. I say 40, around 40 realistically. And we seen what happened. He's fighting guys 40 pounds more than him. Like the fact that, bro, you know what's weird about boxing fans? I'm gonna tell you. Either you're a casual or you're not. This is how you're gonna explain that people don't watch boxing every day, or they just don't like Wilder. I'll just go with the fact that they don't like Wilder. People say every day that how Wilder's legs is skinny and he chicken legs and everything else, right? So why can you see all that and you don't realize that he's a smaller guy fighting a bigger guy? So what is this really about? Do y'all realize if I seen a guy, I guess when Usyk fights, Usyk is bigger than Wilder, and still for some reason people say, "Wow, Usyk the smaller guy." Damn. So when Usyk is fighting Fury, y'all mentioned how small Usyk is 24/7. Usyk the smaller guy. Will size play a difference? Well, Usyk the smaller guy. Well, Usyk, he's a smaller guy. He's a smaller guy against Fury. But against Wilder, yeah, he should be able to. Come on, man. And then y'all talk about fighters holding. If you look at certain fights Wilder was in with Fury, he did more holding than anything. But then when we get on Kambosos versus Haney, y'all have a clinch count or whatever, counting how many times somebody clinched. Why y'all ain't never had that clinch count up there when Fury was fighting? I bet they'll say 50 or to 100. He clinches all the time. He was trying to clinch in Ngannou fight. And I'll say one even better. If you look at the fights that Fury and Anthony Joshua lost to, I mean, the fights they lost in, they was fighting guys who was closer to their weight. I'm telling y'all, man, I really watch boxing. I just want to enjoy these guys. I don't want to sit up here, but if y'all want to sit up here and try to make money off trying to say how trash Wilder was when he's achieved way more than what these guys have done. These guys ain't even fought Fury yet. You just had Usyk fight Fury 2 weeks ago. Relax. These guys ain't making no moves in the heavyweight division. They still trying to do some stuff Wilder did. Everybody's still chasing Fury down. He's done it 3 times already. We can't even, bro, some of these people just start watching boxing. They don't even realize Wilder's the only guy who was actually fighting Fury all these years. But you know boxing. Oh, what boxing have you been watching? Who was you watching Fury fight these years? Chisora? Dillian White? Oh, okay. You been that's what you've been watching. Come on, man. It's so much bandwagon jumping now. The only thing Turkey Al Sheik is doing, he's exposing the media and these fans. The media and these fans. I seen so much biased reporting yesterday. Y'all don't understand. I got photographic memory. I seen so much biased stuff yesterday. You said AJ beat. You put Takam. You really put Carlos Takam up there? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, do y'all see the resume this dude just posted up there for Anthony Joshua? Y'all see the resume this dude just posted for Anthony Joshua? Klitschko, Parker, Takam, Ruiz, Povetkin, and White. So you putting guys who pop for PEDs on there. Okay, what else? So PED poppers. Allegedly. Well, I ain't put no name on it, but we got a PED popper on there. What else? The Parker win, that was a good win for me. I thought Parker possibly could have edged that out. Ruiz fight, I mean, he went 12 rounds with Andy Ruiz. And I'm gonna talk about that fight more in a minute because it got a lot of similarities of what I need to see explain to some of these people today. Because these fans last night, what I seen, it's just people don't even realize that some of the best fighters in history have got dropped in the 6th round and gotten up the same way Wilder did. And you didn't get these type of responses. I don't know if people understand that. You've seen multiple guys get dropped in history the same way in 6th round. Some of the best fighters of all time. Tyson Fury got dropped in the 3rd round by Ngannou. I didn't see everybody sitting around. He was on the ground the same exact way. I didn't see everybody panicking. Hey, man, we need to stop the fight. So that's one thing. Because this point has to be drilled in. If it's not, there's a lot of investigative journalism I'm doing right now. I had to investigate this information. Well, this is stuff I've been talking about, man. All this stuff lines up. If you look at every live I've ever done, you can add all of them into what I'm about to say right now. Exactly. I agree with everything he just said. That 12-round fight against Ruiz. See, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I didn't really care who won with Ruiz and Joshua. But that second fight, he didn't want to go toe to toe, man. I seen Wilder fight Parker the same way. Everybody said he should retire. Everybody ain't getting knockdowns in the heavyweight division. It's a ghost story, man. I'm telling y'all, the YouTubers y'all watching, y'all getting robbed, man. Everybody don't get knockouts in the heavyweight division. Just telling you. Especially the ones that y'all thinking in y'all mind. A lot of these stoppages are just recently. Like, look at Dubois when he stopped Jarrell Miller recently, then he stopped Hrgovic. See, that's a big deal to y'all. That's 2 knockouts. Deontay Wilder doing that every fight. So the only people that's being biased is the people that sitting up here talking about how trash he is. Y'all celebrating guys who just now getting two knockouts in a row. Woohoo! Who cares? I'm just telling you, that's gonna be my attitude from now on. Cause I'm not on here to be giggly and all nice to extra nice to just regular boxers. These guys are regular compared to what Wilder's been doing. Regular. Taking knees and quitting. He didn't take a knee and quit. You know what I'm saying? Just these guys are regular. They're not getting knockouts every fight. I seen John about to pass out against Parker's last fight. It's the little stuff y'all don't understand. I'm glad to see that Wilder's never been tired to the point where he was sloppy all over the ring like John was against Parker. Even though he didn't box the way he was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, now the way I'm thinking, if y'all have seen a guy who y'all think can't box 40 times, and the 42nd time, the 43rd time, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna spend my Saturday watching this guy that I think can't box and he trash and he ain't good and overrated. And his resume ain't good. So you gonna spend your Saturday watching that guy. Please don't tell me you're busy. Yeah, we just gotta expose stuff, man. That's all it is. But one thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it right now. One thing I realized is what's the first fact I want to go to? We were talking about Joshua Ruiz. Do y'all know that Joshua and Ruiz ended the same way that Wilder and Zhang ended? Joshua got dropped. He got up. Referee asked he good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You good? Oh yeah, I'm good. Call the fight off. Ended the same way. That's the first point I'm gonna get to. Those 2 fights ended the same way. Those fights ended the same way. But you know what the difference is? Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, those 2 fights ended the same way. But the difference was Anthony Joshua, I think he had his hands on the ropes or something like that. So the ref was like, nah. And then Fury did the same thing, but they kept the fight going. In the 3rd round. After getting up slow. But let me show y'all this right here. This is gonna be my main point right here I'm gonna get to show that I'm not, people always say, oh, casuals. Y'all look down on casuals, so this is basically my test to show that I'm not a casual. So Manny Pacquiao, go ahead and pull this up. And this is not to talk down on Manny Pacquiao or anything. I'm just showing the greatness of boxing, but the biasness. and how much respect that people like me have for boxing and boxers. How much I respect people like Manny Pacquiao over the years. And history proved me right. So in 2012, Manny Pacquiao got dropped by Marquez in the 6th round. So Wilder got dropped in the 6th round. He ended the fight on his feet, but he got dropped in the 6th round. The same exact way as Manny Pacquiao. But he ended the fight on his feet. But Manny Pacquiao got dropped like this in the 6th round. Same round that Deontay Wilder just got dropped in. He got put to sleep. Now let me ask you a question. Do you hear anybody out here? And these American fans, that's why I don't rock with these dudes, man. These niggas want to be fair so bad. Like, nigga, I'm not finna be fair to nobody. These niggas ain't fair to me. They not fair to me when they come on my channel. Like, oh, he's saying some facts. These niggas ain't fair. They don't care about nobody but themselves. These niggas ain't fair. So I'm not finna be fair. I'm speaking facts. People don't respect facts no more. So I'm not finna be fair about nothing. No matter how many facts come out my mouth, they don't care about fair or facts or none of that. So I'm not finna be fair. I'm gonna do what I want to do from now on. So basically, looking at Manny Pacquiao, got dropped in the 6th round, same round as Deontay Wilder. He's put to sleep. Now, that happened 12 years ago. I've never seen Deontay Wilder in the ring sleep like this. And he's been fighting guys 70 pounds heavier than him. Never seen him in the ring sleep like that. A guy people said they can't box. Been fighting guys almost 100 pounds heavier than him. Never seen him in the ring sleep like that. Like, what's funny about that? Did anybody see? Was I laughing about Manny Pacquiao when he got put to sleep like that? Is anybody in the crowd cheering right now when he got dropped like that? Do anybody see anybody raising their hands and cheering? Just ask it. Ask it for a friend. Can you see anybody with their hands up over their head right now? I see somebody in the front row crying already. The referee ain't even started counting yet. He ain't even counting. And somebody already crying. Referee ain't even said one yet. Somebody already crying. Everybody like in disgust. Like, bro, I can really drop a lot of facts about a lot of this. And I think I feel like it. I ain't gonna be here long, but I'm gonna say what I need to. Flatline on his belly right now. 6th round. Like, bro, I'm gonna explain something. Like, boxing ain't what it used to be. I'm talking about at all. Like, period. It's not gonna never be the same. The reason why boxing's not gonna be the same is because the losses mean more than the wins do. And that's just something I gotta make a video about. The losses just mean more than the wins do at this point in boxing. People don't care about boxing. They don't care about from what I seen last night, they don't care about UFC. I was trying to find some UFC information last night. All I'm hearing about is really what's two things that's going on this year is people celebrating people that lost. For some reason, I'm hearing dudes cry about old girl from the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Got grown men sitting up here crying about how she getting fouled in the game and how people need to leave her alone. But we got guys out here celebrating guys who get knockouts every fight, getting dropped and finishing on his feet. The only way, and people think, oh, that's not a big deal. Bro, it is a big deal because if that was me, I'm looking at it like, man, if that was me, if I stood up here and was dropping people all these fights, so I know they don't want my success at all for nothing. So why would I even associate with somebody like that? Honestly, why would you? You already know what type of person they are. They just waiting on somebody one bad fight downfall. We see plenty of people bounce back after getting dropped and stuff like that. Manny Pacquiao's an example. This dude fought for how much did Manny Pacquiao get from the Mayweather fight? Dude fought Mayweather 3 years after this. Nobody, none of my favorite fighters could do something like that. Hold on, what? So it said 160. It's putting 160 on there. It said, oh, it was 140. Okay, the numbers I'm seeing is insane. I ain't gonna lie, it sound about right. It said 40. That sound about right. 45, but shoot, man, that fight was huge. It's saying something like 160. I don't know what kind of number that is. It sounded insane, bro, but the way that fight was, I believe it. The dude made $100 million off what? The Mayweather fight 3 years after this. So technically, everybody that's laughing right now is killing boxing. Everybody. Everybody that's laughing at water right now is killing boxing. And they're being hypocrites and they're being biased. And these are the same fans that would have laughed at Mike Tyson 20 years ago. Because Wilder basically going through the same stuff that Tyson did years ago. Just the inactivity and everything hurting them. But these are the same people that was laughing at Mike Tyson 20 years ago. I don't think people look at it the same way I do. These are the same people that would have been laughing at Mike Tyson 20 years ago. But the guarantee is just the fight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guarantee is 45. Yeah, you're right. It said it had gross, so what came in was 160. I know they probably split that up. So he probably, at the end of the day, he probably ended up with 45 straight up. You know what I'm saying? But he probably ended up with 45 straight up after everything. But it say around 160 for him. So he made over $100 million basically after getting dropped like this. And Wilder, from what I seen, people just wanted a good picture of him on his back. They wanted a good picture of him on his back so they can kind of show it. And I was like, man, this is getting wild. And that's what, man, look, bro. It was a good fight overall, but what they turned into is something different. They're making a big deal out of this loss, bigger than Fury against Usyk, which I knew already. That's why I'm gonna continue to bring that up. Because Joshua he got dropped multiple times against Ruiz. He got up just like Wilder did, and the referee called it off. Same way. Same way. Referee calls it off. Let's see if I can find the picture of it. Let's. 'Cause. 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 ' Cause the first time he was counting to him, he was on the ground already. Water got straight up like boom. Man, this dude's on the ropes and everything, man. And I hate to be this way, but I got to, man. The biasness got to go away. Let me put this post up here so everybody know why this up here, so they won't be like, why this guy got a picture of Pacquiao up here. So Pacquiao, so people won't think. So Pac-Man made 100+ million after worse. Dude got put to sleep, homie. People ain't finna tell me, oh man. Yeah, cause of Water, the way he look. Oh nah, bro, we ain't finna do that. If we gonna keep it real, we're gonna keep it real now. But that ain't that ain't how y'all been pushing. I hate having to expose these fans, man. They get real lazy after a while. I get real tired after a while. I don't know if I'll be able to find a picture of Wilder finishing on his feet. All the pictures you seeing of him drop. Yeah, he was the same way, man. He was out of there. Trust me, the points I'm finna make, it's gonna come across real clear. Trust me. Yeah, this is gonna be easy points to make. I seen people yesterday, bro. America's sellouts, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't care who hear this. I know younger guys be listening. So message to all the younger guys. Bro, America's a sellout, bro. To be just gonna be honest with you. If you look at what these dudes doing for clicks and likes, you could just only imagine what happens with everything else. They doing this for likes. So bro, just only imagine. Yeah, but I'm gonna just pull up these similar pictures. I'm gonna just show y'all something. And no, this ain't about am I crying about a loss? No, not really. Not really. Oh yeah, you good, bro. Oh yeah, you good, bro. I just your presence is needed. Your time is more valuable than anything. Time is the most valuable thing in the world. Yeah, your time is more valuable than anything. Yeah, shout out my dog Aaron. Yeah, that's why I'm finna give you these analogies right now. What I'm finna give you right now, ain't nobody else finna give you. They too worried about what everybody else think and all that. I don't care about none of that because I can't nobody on this earth jump in this comment section or in this chat or whatever and explain to me why I'm wrong about what I'm breaking down. They're just too scared to take that leap and to do it. And once I do it, I'm not gonna be. Once I get myself across that way, you know, I'm gonna have to be like Moses, part the Red Sea. But once I get through all that, I'm not finna buddy up because I already know how it goes. But yeah, I remember before Wilder even turned pro. Like I think before he even was in the Olympics, bro. We all heard some things about uh a guy being a beast at boxing around that time, especially out of Alabama. Nobody heard about that. Trust me, some of the best athletes over the past 20 years in American sports, I've called it. Some of the best before they even hit the pros. So this ain't nothing new to me. I mean, people just start watching Jung and he's 40 years old and they want to argue to me about boxing. You just start watching Jung. He's 41 years old. Do you know he just turned 41? And they'll sit up here and be like, yeah, man, but Wilder, he ain't fought nobody. You just told me that he was ducking Jung. Do you know that nobody fought Jung yet? Only Parker and Wilder? And Parker been fighting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Fans can't get credit for figuring out who a guy is when he's 30, 40 years old. You don't get credit for that. Yeah, you don't get credit for none of that. They showing up after a guy got 40 knockouts. But yeah, I got pictures just like what Wilder got on here. Same kind of pictures. I'm gonna just do the Pacquiao first. I'm gonna leave that up there because I'm gonna pull this other picture up. Let me just do this real quick so I won't get lost. Got too much going on right now, but this point has to be made. Yeah, because a lot of people they make like, bro, this is crazy. The thing that scared me about the Wilder fight, why I didn't want him to get in the ring in the first place, honestly, is when people said, yeah, man, he got to get a knockout. Bro, he got to get a knockout? Man, that's crazy, man. This dude got a draw against Tyson Fury. But in this fight, he got to get a knockout. And these same fans in a couple of weeks, because I'm telling y'all, I just use the same analogies they use. So in a couple of weeks, in 2 weeks when Tank Davis fight, guess what I'm going to be saying? Hey, man, he got to get a knockout. He got to get the knockout. But for some reason, y'all say that he an expert boxer, though. If he's an extraordinary boxer, why can't Wilder be? Because all he do is get knockouts, too. He ain't out here super boxing guys and stuff like that. That's not going on. Yeah, let me make sure I pull this up right. So, see. Yeah, I got some information coming out soon, too, to y'all. I already know what's going on out here. I don't want to say too much to get these guys because they still got a business to run. I'm trying to relax on them. They don't really bother me. It be more to be honest with you, the UK like media people and they don't really care about fans commenting on their stuff. It's usually these companies over here in America that get butt hurt. And that's the honest truth. But yeah, so Wilder dropped like this, right? On his back. You're gonna see this picture probably a million times before you see the afterlife. They're gonna put this picture in your face so many times over the next, I hope 100 years you're on this earth. But they're gonna put this picture in your face so many times. You probably gonna see this picture more than any other picture you're gonna see for the rest of your life. And I'm not joking. Wild on his back, right? So he didn't got dropped a lot of times against Fury, but it never was really like on his back like this, the way it is like this. So people are actually getting enjoyment out of that. Okay, now look at Manny Pacquiao the same way. The man went and made $100 million after he got dropped like this. In the 6th round, 3 years later, Pacquiao jumps in the ring with Mayweather. I didn't hear nobody say, "Hey man, Pacquiao got put to sleep against Marquez. He don't need to fight Mayweather." Why did all these boxing experts out here? Why these guys like Teddy Atlas? Because I heard Teddy Atlas talking shit. I don't know why this nigga said anything. I heard Teddy Atlas talking shit. But why Teddy Atlas ain't sit up here and ask this nigga Manny Pacquiao to retire after he got dropped like this? You know what I'm saying? Because as I've been growing up, oh my, oh, no, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. My bad. Just being real. I ain't want to say a fib. I'm just being real. Look at it. All these years. So I'm gonna show this picture up right here. Deontay Wilder on his back. Stands up just like Joshua. Joshua is on the ropes when he stands up. So he's already stood up. And he has his hands on the ropes. So y'all know when you have your hands on the ropes, that's an automatic. You're done. Fight is off. You got your hands on the ropes. You're done. So they're supposed to wave the fight off immediately when you got your hands on the ropes. Because the referee's supposed to grab your gloves. Yeah, Mimic. Absolutely. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, we fair in America, bro. We too fair. That's why I'm saying, like, I may have to be people like the Joker, but I'm telling you, in boxing, I might have to be the Joker. And people like the Joker in real life. They like the bad guys, you know what I'm saying? That's why they'll say somebody like Wilder's a bad guy, then they'll go watch him on Saturday. They like the villains, but sometimes they make somebody a villain without actually knowing it. And they do it on purpose. Because I'm not really a boxing expert. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. So why isn't everybody else making this comparison about Marquez? Oh yeah, you said the KO was lucky. There was a lucky KO. What else they said? They said it was a lucky KO. They said he was on the juice. You remember that? They said he was juicing. It was a lucky KO. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because Pacquiao got a chin. But he got cracked pretty bad though. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was out on the way down. But yeah, that is true. I think it bounced like that because he was out on the way down though. But yeah, I think that him getting dropped the way he fell, if Fury would have fell like that, he probably would have stayed out. Yeah, that's true. But if we look at everything though, and I'm not coming out with any kind of excuses or nothing. This is actually what I seen in my head. Cause I thought to myself last night, I was like, bro. Cause I'm thinking in my mind, man, Wilder got knocked down like the 3rd, 4th round. And it was like the 6th round. So I'm like, whoa, it lasted pretty long. Yeah, it did. It did. And you know what I didn't like too? I didn't like the camera angles they did on the fight. We couldn't really see when he got hit. We couldn't tell what happened. Because the camera was like low, like towards that waist level. We couldn't see how he got hit, punched live, so couldn't really figure out what happened. We got to see slow-mo footage later on. The zone got to do a better job with that too. We can't really see the punches where they're landing when they changing the angles like that. It looks cool sometimes, but not all the time. He said he did Mark Breland wrong. I hate when people say that. That's the most biased statement that every fan says, Johnny Durag. That's the most biased fan that any boxing fan can say. That's the most biased fan. Anthony Joshua lost against Usyk, and he fired Robert Garcia after one fight. Then he gets Derrick James, fires him after what, one fight. I haven't heard anybody running around saying that Anthony Joshua did Derrick James wrong or that he did Robert Garcia wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, most people are really Deontay Wilder fans. Without Deontay Wilder, heavyweight division wouldn't really be anything. These guys been going from training to training for years. Tyson Fury's been switching trainers all the time. He's went from Ben Davison to Sugar Hill, and nobody made a big deal about it because he wasn't because he didn't have a loss. So is it about the loss or is it about the training? It was the things he accused Breland of. Bro, did you not hear Oscar De La Hoya just said that Canelo failed 2 drug tests? What you mean what he accused Breland of? You acting like the stuff that Wilder said wasn't just said crazier stuff wasn't just said by Ryan Garcia. Do you think that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney fair and square? So why are we talking about anything? If you think Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney fair and square, you should be agreeing with what Deontay Wilder said. Do you agree with that Ryan Garcia? Answer this one question. Do you agree that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney fair and square? If you do, you agree with everything Wilder said. Do you agree that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney fair and square? Yes or no question. And I'm moving on from there until you figure out how long it wants to take for you to say yes or no. Since it's taking you so long, I know what your answer is. First of all, on this channel, bro, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't care about no trainers, bro. I don't care about no promoters, bro. Y'all just wasted 10 years talking about how people don't want to fight anybody. But for some reason, Turkey Al-Sheikh just shut all you guys up. Why aren't you guys talking about anybody ducking anybody no more? Let's ask that question. Since you want to get on here and interview me, why aren't you guys sitting around talking about how PBC ain't making this and that and zone this? Why y'all ain't talking about people ducking anybody anymore? Why that conversation stopped? I thought Wilder was ducking John. What happened to that? Wasn't everybody just saying Wilder was ducking John? Even though John hasn't fought Tyson Fury or Joshua yet? For some reason, the only person that's ducking John is Wilder. Even though Anthony Joshua just chose to fight an MMA fighter, and Fury did too, even though they're like 3 or 4 years younger than Wilder, closer to their prime. They chose to fight an MMA fighter. You still waiting on the process to play out? So yeah, you have no opinion then. You just trying to disagree with me when you have no opinion. So you believe in what Ryan Garcia said, but you didn't want to believe in what Wilder said. Wilder went to court and he still fought Tyson Fury. So what are you talking about? Do you even know what the hell is going on? You bringing up Wilder, old trainer and stuff like that, but you trying to figure out what the Ryan Garcia process, you waiting on it to play out? So that means you believe what Ryan Garcia says then. You think it's a chance that everything he's been saying is true since you're waiting on the process to play out. Right? Was you guys waiting on the process to play out when y'all said that Wilder had a heavy suit? Was you guys waiting on the process when y'all was hearing about spiked water? Now Ryan Garcia just said he got he basically got poisoned the same way Wilder did. He just said somebody put something in my water. I ain't know what it came from. So that's why I said Johnny Durag, bro, y'all need to leave boxing alone, bro. This is the wrong sport for y'all. Boxing the wrong sport for y'all, man. Y'all can't really do all that bait in boxing. Ryan Garcia has said the same thing Wilder has said. That's why I'm saying you can't be a Ryan Garcia fan and then try to do the same thing. It's over with. Those days are done. Ryan Garcia just said, "Yeah, man, they put Ostarine in my stuff." But spiking water, that's not believable. You can't play both sides, bro. You just admitted that you believe in both of them. But yeah, look at this though. Joshua bent over in the ropes. Nobody called a fight off. The referee's not even over there. Referee's not even over there. I've seen this before. Same kind of picture. And look how quick he hops up. Referee hops over there immediately. He like, oh, boom. Let me get up. Yeah, people can't push narrative, so that's what it really is. It has nothing to do with boxing. They just want to push narratives. Look at this. We acting like we ain't never seen this before. So this dude just admitted that he plays sides. So that conversation's over with. You know, people will say what's a lot of times they just say, "Hey man, I just like a certain fighter." I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But that like you ain't never seen something happen like this before? Nah, we're not gonna do that. Absolutely not. We've seen people on the ground before like this. Pacquiao was on his stomach, sleep, the same way this guy was up. I think the referee did a good job. Nobody's mad that he stopped the fight. Absolutely not. But this is for the fans last night that I seen that was talking crap. And everybody don't want to really acknowledge it. But, you know, I got to be the one, man. That's the reason why I started all this. One thing I noticed during all this research I was doing, everybody said Wilder was knocked out. Wilder got knocked out. He got knocked out. He got knocked out. I was like, oh, okay. I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, man, I ain't never seen them report that somebody's been knocked out like that before. Bro, this is not knocked out, bro. I don't know what people been doing in Boston, but this isn't knocked out. This isn't knocked out. This isn't knocked out. That's what I'm saying. Like people get on here, man. Yeah, man, so and so done. Man, y'all don't never sit up here and say no boxer is done or nothing in life. I've never heard people jump up and say no boxer is done. The way Americans is rated, yeah, it's not really. To be honest with you, the heavyweight division, it hasn't been any heavyweight fights that to the point where, um, it hasn't been any heavyweight fights to the point where, how would I put this? It could have been set up a little bit better, but I haven't been complaining about any of that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been complaining about anything, but overall, you know, the fights played out how they played out. But it just been so many postpones and pushbacks and different fights. And I already knew what the challenges that people like Wilder was taking as young. I was like, yeah, they're gonna have some tough times. If they fighting the elite guys back to back to back after having long layoffs, it's gonna be difficult. That's kind of what I was watching for as much of the matchups, because then they're gonna start making the fights faster. It might help though. He might be in the groove right now. I think John possibly is in the groove. But they're not gonna have too many fights left. It's not really that many people at heavyweight. They're saving certain fights for last, but it's not really that many fights at heavyweight that people want to see. What I want to see is over the next couple of years, though. This is probably over the next 5 or 6 years. I want to see who's gonna build up the heavyweight divisions. Cause I know what happened the last 7, 8 years in the heavyweight division. I want to see who's gonna build up these heavyweights. Cause I see everybody want to pass out the credit of who build up the heavyweight division. We gonna see who gonna build it up in the next 5 or 6 years. People think it's easy. It's gonna go back to the dark days in a minute. It's gonna go back to the Stone Ages like it was before. I can guarantee it. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. In the stage we at now, in the age we are now, a lot of people gonna lose less interest in it, especially over here, just because they know. I know, trust me. I know what's going on right now. But I don't know, bro. I got a real bad just the way I seen fans last night just like, oh yeah, this guy's done. Like, didn't like that feeling how I seen people saying that and all that. I didn't like that. Especially in American sports, I didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. In the words of Anthony Joshua, I wouldn't suggest nobody box. Like he said, he wouldn't suggest anybody get into boxing. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why he said it. I didn't say it. He said it. And that's the reason why he said it. And that's the reason why he said it. And I totally agree. And I see why he said it. He know how disgusting the fans is. So he'll probably understand a person like my viewpoint. If he don't, I wouldn't care. But at the end of the day, though, I'm the same guy when Joshua was finna fight Otto Wallin in December. Everybody was talking about he ain't got no confidence. And I was like, he look fine to me. And then you got Eddie Hearn up there. Oh, I don't know why everybody talking about his confidence. He looks fine to me. So I see what's going on out here in the boxing world. I see what's going on. To be honest with you, I tried to do the straight and narrow thing, bro. I tried to like report the news down the middle. Bro, trust me, they lost a good one when they with the stuff they've done over the last couple of months. They lost a good one. Cause I'm definitely not finna be. If I see any kind of advantage I could take as far as these guys exposing somebody, I'm gonna expose these guys. Because now I see you can have 40, 50 knockouts and people just call you a bum. So I know y'all think I'm a bum. If you think Deontay Wilder a bum, I know you think I'm a bum. Because I don't got 40 knockouts. So I know what time it is. But the direction they taking boxing into, it won't be the same. It won't be no coming back from. I've seen Roy Jones get KO'd, TKO'd, finish on his feet like this last fight. Tarver and Glenn Johnson got KO'd. I ain't hear nobody run around talking about, man, he need to retire. Roy Jones fought, what, another 10 years? I ain't hear nobody running around talking about he need to retire. That's insane to me. People don't understand. You got a guy who's, and every time, bro, every 5 minutes, people ask, "How much you weigh? How much you weigh, Wilder? How much you weigh?" Bro, y'all obviously know he got a size advantage. Y'all ask about the guy weight more than his fans. And one thing I noticed, bro, and I'm gonna say this: looking up when Joshua and Wilder, I'm telling y'all, look at the sequence now. You have Wilder down here. Now, the fight could have been called right here. Wilder already on the ground like Pacquiao. They could have called a fight right here. So he basically gets up. Wilder gets trying to get up like AJ was doing. Trying to get up. Joshua was down in the middle, center of the ring like this before. Now look at this. Joshua looking, counting, and gets up. And I'm gonna make a good point about this real quick. Anthony Joshua was on a knee like Ryan Garcia. He still got up. Anthony Joshua was on a knee like Ryan Garcia. That's why I said people don't realize it. But like I said about my favorite fighters, one thing you're not gonna see about my favorite fighters, you ain't gonna see my favorite fighters get dropped. They're not gonna get dropped by an MMA fighter, and they're not gonna lose to a cruiserweight. That's one thing you're never gonna see Deontay Wilder do. Lose to a cruiserweight, and you're not gonna see him get dropped by MMA fighter. So y'all, they could post this as many times you want to, cause that's how you gonna be sleeping on a bed of money. Because he the one that been getting in the big fights all the whole time. Everybody else been waiting on Fury and Joshua to fight. These guys is past their prime. Most of these fights y'all getting, guys, is past their prime already. If I was a fan and I was spending my money, I would be asking, why these guys just now fighting, or why they ain't fight yet, and why didn't they fought this guy 3 times? But the most hater, and then they call people haters, bro. That word, y'all gonna have to consider me a hater, because that's all y'all been doing. I don't understand that. People will hate on Wilder all day, but then they'll say, "Oh, you're a hater. You don't like Tank now." Bro, I don't care what y'all talking about, bro. Y'all be hating on everybody. So look at it. Joshua was on his knee just like Garcia. He didn't quit. Boom, got up. Wilder got up. He went on the ropes though. Joshua was on the ropes. Like, hey man, it's over with. This man was up like this. You know what they say? He got knocked out, man. KO. He got knocked out. I see today, everybody talking, yeah, he got knocked out, man. He got knocked out. John knocks out. Most posts, they don't even say John. They'll just say Wilder gets knocked out. Deontay Wilder gets knocked out. 6th round. Don't even say who won the fight. Like, damn, what about the guy who won? For some reason, I thought the MMA fight was going to be good last night. Everybody was hyping that up, but as soon as Wilder lost, that news kind of took over. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought nobody was going to watch the fight. I thought he was done. Are you done watching him? I know people keep saying, yeah, he done. When are you going to be done watching him? Because we didn't ask y'all to watch a guy who was done yesterday. Oh, he done. Are you done watching him, or are you still gonna tune in? If he keep fighting, you still gonna watch the fight? That's the question people need to be asking themselves. Because I've seen guys down before get up and had a fight waved off. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao got dropped in the 6th round, put to sleep, and went on to make $100 million after that. After he got dropped like this, he made $100 million. Wilder got dropped in the 6th round. Never been sleep like this. But for some reason, the people in America think that this picture right here is worse than this picture. Now, if anybody up here thinks that this Wilder picture is a worse look than this picture with Manny Pacquiao, like why was Pacquiao able to make $100 million after this fight? He's not fighting nobody 40 pounds more than him. What excuse did he have to go make $100 million after this? And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is people really pick Manny Pacquiao to beat Floyd after getting dropped like this. All you boxing experts out there. They're talking about his shoulder was hurting after the fight. And we talking about spiked water and suits and trainers. Then I keep hearing people talking about Mark Breland. Mark Breland and Joshua that went through how many trainers lately? He fired Robert Garcia after one fight, after one Usyk fight. Oh, I lost to Usyk. Let me fire my trainer. I lost to Usyk again. Let me fire the other trainer. But we focus on Mark Breland. Yeah, y'all sound like a Wilder fan. So prove to me again. That's crazy that people don't pay attention to who Joshua fires. Even though Joshua has more famous trainers than Wilder does, for some reason people know Mark Breland better than they do Robert Garcia or Derrick James. Two trainers that Joshua just got rid of. But they know boxing though. But they're fans of Joshua and the whole and Fury and UK fighters. If you are, wouldn't that be a big deal to figure out that Joshua's running through trainers? And then what? On the ropes. The fight supposed to be called off right there. See, they was gonna give him a chance to be like, hey man, take your hands off the ropes. All right, figure it out. Fury did the same thing against Ngannou after having forever to get up. And I'm just bringing up these points just to show that you guys accept anything. Ryan Garcia did this in the 6th round. So if Wilder would have took a knee yesterday and said, man, I ain't got it. All he could have did was come back in December, fight a guy like Oscar Duarte, knock him out. I ain't saying that weight class. I'm just talking about the kind of skill level. Fight a guy like Oscar Duarte. Go out here, do the same thing Ryan did, beat a guy with a name probably next year. He can get his name back. So that's what people telling me right now. All he had to do was take a knee in the 6th round yesterday. He would have been good. If he would have got put to sleep like this yesterday, he would have been good. And Pacquiao don't got his knockout ratio ain't nowhere near where Deontay Wilder was. So that's not even the same. And that just goes to show you $100 million the man made after getting knocked out in the 6th against Marquez. And we got fans talking about, yeah, man, Wilder done. It's a lot of people that should have been done already. Technically, to y'all standards, Roy Jones should have been done after he lost to Glenn Johnson. Who else should have been done? Joshua should have been done after he lost to Usyk twice. And got y'all didn't. And you know what's crazy? When Wilder and Joshua finished on their feet, but for some reason against Wilder, everybody say he got knocked out. So this is what knocked out looks like. Deontay Wilder got knocked out by Jilly John. This is what knocked out looks like. Knocked out. Same thing happened to Joshua. Nobody said knocked out. I noticed that. I was like, oh, nobody said nothing about Joshua getting knocked out by Ruiz. Look it up. See if I'm lying. There's not a lot of articles out that said Joshua, Andy Ruiz knocks out Joshua. They say shocked and stuns. They don't say he knocks him out. He brutally KOs him and all the other stuff. It ain't none of that going on. It's a shocked and a stunned. Man was struggling just like anybody else in a fight, heavyweight fight. I can prove fans is biased. Oh, who your favorite fighter is? Pacquiao. Oh, really? Okay. How you feel about Wilder? Oh, him getting dropped in the 6th round. It was just horrible. He need to retire. Okay. Why Pacquiao ain't retired the Marquez? Why ain't nobody said he need to retire? What was Teddy Atlas at when Marquez need to retire? I mean, when Pacquiao need to retire at the Marquez. What was he at to say that? He the same one that was jumping around. Oh, that was a robbery against Jeff Horn. Like, bro, you acting like dudes was getting dropped like this was Fury versus Wilder or something. Dudes wasn't getting dropped like that. Like, relax, homie. Like you Jeff Horn cousin or something. Yeah, but this dude, all in the Pacquiao business, everything else, but yeah, ain't nobody said this dude was done after this fight. That's why I say they want to pick and choose when they want to say stuff like that. That's why the boxing game is done. Trust me, if this generation don't figure it out, the next one will. They're gonna dissect and break it down. And they're gonna say, oh, you just like guys because of this, and this reason. Oh, okay. Because Pacquiao, he got done the same way. Oh, this guy he got done the same way. Oh, Roy Jones, he got done the same way. And these guys wasn't outsized like that. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I never seen Fury knockouts get waved off like this. This dude had been on his back multiple times. Never seen Fury waved off. He's been dropped more than Joshua and Wilder. Never seen this guy get his fights waved off. Ever. Joshua got waved off right here. I ain't hear none of the Joshua fans sitting on here talking about they waved him off. Oh. Fury had his hands on the ropes against the Ngannou fight. In the Ngannou fight. Why they ain't wave it off with him? Nobody said nothing. He had his hands on the ropes. I don't know if I can find the pictures, man. You know how these people is. Let me see if I can find the picture. But yeah, he had his hands all on the ropes when he went to the corner. These dudes be having extra time. I ain't gonna lie, Wilder had shot right up when he got knocked down. I was like, oh, okay. He's moving pretty fast. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I thought he wasn't gonna get up. When he got up, I was like, oh, okay. He got up a lot faster than I thought he would. Yeah, he definitely got up a lot fast. Even recently with the Ngannou knockdown. When he got dropped. Bro, still Wilder never got dropped like that. That's what I'm saying. Like Wilder never got slept like Ngannou had just recently. People act like they never seen this type of stuff before. The media in America is terrible, man. If I was a boxer right now, I wouldn't even put on no big network fights. Honestly. Now I see why a lot of guys just walk away from boxing like, man, you know what? If it's about the money, cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, the fans, they always brag about how they don't want another Mayweather around, but when they get another guy around like Mayweather, or their favorite fighter start bragging about money, then, oh yeah, but this guy, he got this pay-per-view sales and he makes this amount of money. Oh, I thought you didn't like guys talking about money in boxing. You don't like Floyd when he does it, but when Canelo does it, you guys like that. So y'all just want to pick sides on certain things. Oh, I'm tired about guys talking about money and pay-per-view sales. Okay, I'm tired of talking about it too, because y'all still doing it now. No reason Pacquiao should have made $100 million after getting dropped like this. Y'all ain't letting nobody else do it. Be the first, and then want to sit up here and call somebody a casual. All right, if I'm a casual, then prove it. Why Pacquiao making so much money after getting stopped like this? This is knocked out. When they sit up here and say somebody was brutally knocked out and all that stuff, this is brutally knocked out. This is knocked out. When somebody's knocked out, this is knocked out. This is not knocked out. If a guy's getting up after this is not knocked out. And you're up. This is not knocked out. When Josh was on the ground, then gets up. That's not knocked out. For some reason, they knew for Joshua it wasn't knocked out. But for Deontay Wilder, they don't know that it's not a knockout. It's a TKO. That's why people still use TKO. That matters a lot of times, especially when people are boxing and betting and stuff like that. That matters. So to sit up here and put a KO and it wasn't literally a KO, come on, man. The dude's chin is not like. It's embarrassing what goes on in boxing. I'm telling y'all. It doesn't really affect me, but overall, the sport, it really hasn't been in a good place anyways. It hasn't been in a good place. The reason why I say that is the fights that we've had with Fury and Joshua have been, 3 Usyk fights, 2 Ngannou fights, and nothing really came out of that. What did we learn from them fights? The Ngannou fight didn't make Fury better. Then I had to hear the excuse of the whole world saying that I'm gonna be honest with you. When everybody said that Fury didn't train for the Ngannou fight, that's when I realized then excuses only work for certain people. To say that a man didn't train for a whole fight, that's insane to me. That's insane to me. But boxing don't want the best fights though. They don't want the best fights. That's why these guys. That's why one thing these fans will never be able to take from me is they'll never be able to say this to me. I'll say, did Wilder lose to a cruiserweight? No, never. Did he get dropped by an MMA fighter? Never. And he was undersized, skinny guy and all. I mean, the only thing they got out of this fight with Wilder is this picture right here. That's all they got. Other than that, they didn't get much. That's all they really got. That's the only thing the media and the fans got out of the Wilder fight is that picture. Other than that, they didn't get much. The man didn't get dropped by an MMA fighter or a cruiserweight. Just fought somebody who's top 5, who's going to be around, who's been around, who's 40-something years old, who y'all just now finding out about. But your favorite fighter fighting everybody though. For some reason, the only fighter that people been saying been ducking young is Wilder. But for some reason, you think he's a bum. And people wonder why I go so hard at Joshua. Because, bro, you already getting protected, bro. Wilder ain't getting the excuses you got. And this is proof right there. You was all over the place. This dude shot right up and said, hey, what? Oh, we calling the fight off. Wasn't on the ropes like everybody else. Getting extra time. You got dudes right here getting counted right in the face. Wilder ain't even on the ground long enough to even see these kind of counts. Undersized and everything. And people don't understand that. I have to make the same kind of analogies for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was fighting bigger heavyweights. It happens, man. Guys losing to the best, and you saying he done? That's crazy. I mean, he probably is, but for you to make that call, nah, man. Y'all ain't been making that call with everybody. Make that call with everybody. I should have heard the world saying Pacquiao was done after this. The only thing I want from the boxing community, I want y'all to treat my favorite fighters just like this. When my favorite fighter get dropped, put to sleep like this, which they never have. That's one thing. My favorite fighter's never been dropped like this. None of my favorite fighters been dropped like this. But when they get dropped like this, I want the same respect that y'all show y'all favorite fighters when they get dropped. Cause Wilder got right up. Boom. But he ain't got no chin. And Pacquiao took a nap. So yeah, the media got what they want. They want their picture. Boom. Finally got a picture of him on his back. You got pictures of him dropped, Tyson Fury laying him out, but not like this. So yeah, they got what they want. Okay, cool. But when I seen y'all jump in the driver's seat for this guy after he took a knee and quit, that's another thing you'll never see Wilder do. He'll never quit, take a knee like Ryan Garcia. That's why I said, bro, I don't follow no guys I gotta take up for. I don't gotta get on here and take up for Deontay Wilder. Only thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna just get on here and say what he'll never do. He'll never take a knee and quit. He'll get up on his feet like a soldier. And they gotta say he's knocked out when he's standing on his feet. If the media got a report that Deontay Wilder got knocked out and he ends the fight standing up like this, the same way Joshua ended against Ruiz, then that wins for me. Then that's a win for me. That means they got to do the extra to try to mess up his legacy. Because I don't sit up here and say, yeah, man, Joshua, he was flatlined and everything. Come on, man. He did a decent job in that fight. Still got stopped. But knocked out, that's not a KO. The man ended the same way. Joshua was on the ground the same way. That's why I'm saying I got boxers that been doing the same thing all in boxing. I haven't heard anybody say these guys was done though. Well, I heard somebody say one guy was done. But Pacquiao went and made the biggest fight in history after he got put to sleep. In the same round while the fight ended, he went and made the biggest fight in history. What was all these boxing experts that used to watch Leonard and Hearns and all these other guys? What was they at when Pacquiao got put to sleep in the 6th round? Did they say, no, he don't need to fight Mayweather? Or he don't deserve to fight? Or he needs to retire? Or he's done? Didn't see any kind of articles about like that. I didn't even see nobody say Joshua got knocked out by Ruiz. None of them. I heard some ones about Wilder. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a fan of Wilder. Seen all his fights. Bro, they make it seem, in my mind, I be thinking in my mind, man, he got knocked out by a few guys. Bro, he's only been knocked out twice, bro. By Jung and by Fury. I'm about two different people. They acting like he's got knocked out by like 7 guys or something like that. And he's an undersized guy. Like the media in America is terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. So this is the question I have, and I keep answering this question because this is a serious statement. So do people honestly want me to like trash Deontay Wilder, and then when their cousin or their uncle or brother or son, or when he's ready to box or anything like that, do you want me to show favoritism to him, but you want me to criticize everybody else? It's not gonna happen, man. I'm finna draw the line in a minute. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be I'm drawing a line in the sand in a minute. Because I've seen a lot of fighters really get knocked out. I don't like the media pushing lies. To sit up here and say Deontay Wilder got knocked out That's actually a lie. If I was a betting man and if I bet on him to get a KO or John to get a KO and they mark it down as a TKO, but I got news reporters and journalists out here reporting that it was a KO, and they all saying it right now, but really it was a TKO. Bro, people should get sued for that, man. That's like the biggest propaganda you could ever push in history. To say somebody got knocked out, but really they got TKO. That's why against Joshua, every time you hear when after Ruiz end up stopping him, they say stunned or shocked. You got a couple of people that say, I think somebody said knocked out probably like once. I think. Couldn't really find it for real. I had to search. Stunned or shocked or everything else. I'm like, oh, okay. Because he finished on his feet just like Wilder did. So I just want to see the hypocrisy. And I wondered to myself, okay, can anybody else that's boxing in America right now, could they get dropped on their face like this? They ain't gonna make the biggest fight in history? Because Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd after this. So yeah, I'm just explaining how biased your favorite YouTubers or fan bases or fighters, whoever, I don't care who it is. Because a lot of these people, they just hanging on by a thread anyways. There's other reasons why I can go into why they're hanging on by a thread, but everybody can't be a star. Let me just put it that way. They want one face, one name, and it's gonna stay that way. I'll just put it that way. And especially with no more, it's not gonna be as many promotional companies and stuff floating around. Things are getting smaller. The rooms closing in on people. It'll get different in a minute. People understand what I'm saying. But it's gonna be to a point. It's gonna be to a point in a minute where in boxing, everybody gonna have to agree with each other. Just because. Not based on facts, just because of popularity. It's already going around now, but yeah, I heard this one guy talking about, yeah, man, I'm gonna get my sons in sports. Man, bro, you better not do it, bro. You better not do it. You be talking shit all day online about other fighters and everybody else, like Deontay Wilder, and you want your son to get special privileges when he jump his ass on in the ring, and he not gonna have 40 KOs and 40 fights, and you want me to show him special privileges because why? Because you know him? Hell no. That's why I said y'all got it twisted out here. Y'all got it twisted. They don't understand. This guy taking 50-50 fights at 38 years old. Your favorite fighter at 35 scared to take a 50-50 fight. It's gonna be a different year for everybody. The pressure is on right now. Trust me, by the time the end of this year comes, people won't even be thinking about a Deontay Wilder or a Deontay Wilder lost to John. There'll be so many guys that got bruised up by then. It's gonna be normal. A lot of people ain't been taking 50-50 fights in boxing. Sorry to tell y'all. I'm here to tell you right now. A lot of people's favorite fighters ain't been taking 50-50 fights. Because right now, Tank Davis almost 30 years old, and all the fans over there talking about how Frank Martin is the best competition he'd have fought. And that's the best black fighter he can find right now. No, I ain't saying Frank Martin bad. Frank Martin the beast. I'm just telling y'all, they moved the goalposts for certain people. So when people tell me about resumes, I don't want to hear about no damn resume. What are we talking about, bro? Y'all just made an excuse for little bro. I'm not gonna hear about nobody else's resume. Yeah, and Pacquiao in 1999, he was getting, so you know what's crazy? In 99, Pacquiao got knocked out in the third round. Pacquiao got knocked out in the third round 25 years ago. Ain't nobody said he done. Come on, man. Like, are we gonna keep it real or not, man? Dudes is getting knocked out in the 6th round and then going on to make the biggest fight in history. We just had Fury and Anthony Joshua lose to cruiserweight, and then Fury got beat up. I should say knocked out because everybody else talking about Wilder got knocked out even though he finished on his feet. I should say Fury got knocked out since we pushing propaganda now. We pushing fake news. Because Ngannou sit up here and put hands and feet on a Fury, and they didn't even have a post. They didn't even have a post press conference, a post fight. Y'all forgot about that. They didn't even have a post fight press conference for that fight. The fix was in ever since then. If y'all want to be real, no post fight press conference for Ngannou versus Fury. If anybody can find me one, I'd like to see it. Matter of fact, anybody got a post-fight press conference for Tyson Fury versus Ngannou, I'll send you $10,000 right now. No cap. Because I'll be the only person who got it in the world, so I'll get my $10,000 back. Anybody got a post-fight press conference for Ngannou versus Fury, let me know. I'll give you $10,000. I'm going to get the $10,000 back anyways. I'm going to be the only one that got the footage. It ain't out there. Yeah, man, Wilder ain't never been put to sleep like this. You'll never find Wilder in a position like this. He might have been on his back and he got straight up. Boom. For some reason, them skinny legs that everybody be talking about, they got them right up, didn't they? For some reason, everybody else, that's a lot. They got bigger legs. They need the ropes to help hold them up. And everything. Yeah, man, Pacquiao made $100 million. I want to know what does a fighter have to do to make $100 million like Manny Pacquiao after getting dropped in the 6th round and put to sleep? And I want to know what kind of knockout is this. If Deontay Wilder got knocked out by Jilly John, what kind of knockout is this that Pacquiao got? Is that a special name for this? What's the difference between a TKO and a KO? I don't know now. I need to be taught. They're saying that this is a KO, even though he was up like this. And then they're saying that this is a KO. Oh, yeah, peace, bro. Appreciate that, fam. I'll holler at you later on, man. Yeah, shout out to Aaron, man. Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Be safe out there, man. Yeah, this is just simple analogies I got to make in boxing. This is not overthinking anything. You said, do they really be paying these guys hundreds of millions? That's a two-part question because yes, they do, but I can't really break that part down because if I do, I might get in trouble because people don't get into that stuff on YouTube. No, it's not cap. From the turkey out of sheep direction, it's not cap. It's more so, how do I put it? They still got to break that money up. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I was trying to explain to old boy on my channel a couple of months ago, some people have deals set up certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they do the little rap deals? You hear about rappers and actors now. Like, they started to do that stuff in sports a lot more now. But you can't really do it in certain sports. But in certain sports, you can. Like boxing, one of them, you can. Because the promotional company will sign you directly. So they can have ties to all your money just as well as you. So, yeah, I don't think they're getting the whole bag of everything. No, you see, the money can disappear quick. We see what happened to Mike Tyson. So It happens all the time. This happened to Joe Louis. He ran out of money. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. You can make all that money and still you can still get everything taken away from you at the end of the day. That's why I was saying, like, if Mike Tyson was worse than these guys was, he'll be having a big fight every couple of months. But to be honest with you, I'm being real with you, and I don't care about today. I'm just letting it all loose as far as what I need to say. But um, the only reason I feel like they shut that Mike Tyson fight down was because these guys right here can't hold their own. Their name ain't bigger than what Mike Tyson's is. So they got to sit up here and make their name off other people. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. That's why I feel like the Mike Tyson fight was kind of postponed. Those guys wasn't gonna be able to sell no tickets. If y'all realize the Tank Davis fight is 2 weeks away, and everybody's still talking about Mike Tyson. Now, as you notice, since the Tyson fight got canceled, they're starting to talk about Tank Davis fight a little bit more. But they was talking about Mike Tyson fight more, man. I've been telling people that since I started this channel. This ain't an old channel. This is a new channel. I've been telling people that before Mike Tyson even set up a fight. I said, hey, man, this ain't gonna go like y'all think. Tyson can shut all this down right now if he want to. It's not a lot of stars in boxing like that. Like most of these heavyweights that everybody's talking about, like Young, he's 41 years old. Tyson Fury's got like 2 fights left in him possibly, and I think he's done. I think Joshua got like 2 or 3 fights left in him. You said Mike too old? I think if Mike was on the street and him and Jake Paul was fighting, I think Mike could have a chance of beating the crap out of Jake Paul. That's the only thing I can think of in my mind. I can't see Jake Paul on the street walking up on Mike Tyson and beating him up. Just honestly. Just from what I know about athletes and stuff like that. Especially a guy like Mike Tyson. Even though he's carried himself a certain way. Bro, it's hard to walk in the street and just beat up a... We got to realize this guy not a professional fighter. Yeah, he's still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody, like bro, it's a lot of people out there right now. I'm gonna tell you why it's dangerous still. There's a lot of people out there right now that's like, man, I'll bet my house on Jake Paul. Mike Tyson's old. Now imagine how many people saying that Mike Tyson's old right now. You know what I'm saying? They saying Mike Tyson's old right now, but he go out there and win, they'll take everything from him. It's people that want to bet against Mike Tyson. At this point, with the health issues, if they still make the fight, I might bet against him. To be honest with you, if they talking about he got health issues, and that's to be honest with you. At this point right now, I'm definitely gonna think about betting against him. This dude still trying to make the fight. They talking about he got health issues. Yeah, I'm betting against you. Yeah, so Mike, he got a struggle ahead of him. I wish he would have made that fight though. It would have made the summer a lot better. I'm telling you, it saved a lot of guys, but that Mike Tyson ain't making that fight. Yeah, he almost 60, 57. If Mike would have made that fight, bro, all he needed to do was just make it. To be honest with you though, it shouldn't be a big deal that he lost. We just seen Chavez lose recently. Didn't Chavez fight? How old was Chavez when he fought Did he fight Anderson Silva or something like that recently? Oh, that was Junior. Who did Senior fight? Did Senior fight somebody? Who did Senior fight recently? I could have sworn Senior had an exhibition or something like that. Yeah, man. I don't know where. Oh, that was Junior. I would think a Senior had an exhibition. I'm tripping. I don't know why I feel like Senior was in the ring with somebody. Y'all remember when Senior had that picture with Canelo and Canelo jumped in the ring? Let me see. Yeah, he was like post fight in the ring with him or something like that. Oh yeah, when he fought Camacho Jr. Yeah, I know I wasn't tripping. Yeah. You said it's not? Try to click out and come back in. Yeah, he fought Camacho. Hold on. Let me see this, man, so I get this right. Tripping. Yeah, Junior fought Camacho Jr. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. How old was he when he fought? Yeah, how old was he? Let me see that. That was 2021. Yeah, so Chavez just did that recently. Let's see what the age is. Yeah, so he's about the same age as Mike. Yeah. So he about the same age as Mike. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he about the same age as Mike. Chavez is about 58, jumping in the ring. Even though Jake Paul a younger guy. Yeah, Mike Tyson definitely towing the line with that 58 though. Yeah, Junior gonna fight. I forgot who Junior gonna fight. The guy from UFC. The what's his name? Dylan or something. I forgot what his name is. He gonna fight a UFC guy. Well, he was supposed to fight on the Tyson card, but he's not gonna fight now. Yeah, Chavez Jr. is gonna fight on that Tyson card. Yeah, I had put the video on my page. I don't know. Mike Tyson might be the only reason I give him a chance, like a little bit of chance, is because even with all the stuff he did over the years, he always was good with his weight. So I'm kind of like, he does a good job with his weight. So and Mike a strong dude too, man. He's real for his age. He's in good shape. And you know what's crazy? I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, That was like the most I ever seen Mike go without like smoking. He wasn't really like he wasn't smoking or anything. He looked like he hasn't smoked in a while. So he's taking the fight pretty serious. That's one thing that kind of shocked me. I'm like, dang, dude, I haven't seen Mike look like that in years because he was just aware, but yeah, Mike definitely a problem still. But that would have caused a lot of issues for these guys. You're gonna see a lot of them kind of free up the weekends now, like in July and June. But yeah, that Tank fight's two weeks away, and people not really thinking about it as much as they was before Mike Tyson canceled that fight. You hear more news coming out now. But yeah, man, we gotta people gotta understand we gotta build up certain fighters, but we're not gonna have a lot of fighters around long. And people keep saying guys is done after getting knocked out by two different guys. That's a new standard. Like guys get knocked out 2 or 3 times, they done, man. That's horrible in boxing. We would have never had Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman if that would have happened. And Manny Pacquiao would have quit after this fight, he had already been knocked out a couple times. We would have never seen him knock out Keith Thurman. Knock down Keith Thurman. We would have never seen him fight Mayweather. So it's like a 6-round knockout. I don't understand what it does for your career anymore. Let's get these young guys, they're gonna have to watch out, man, because to be honest with you, like I'm trying to be fair for y'all, but I'm trying to make the future a lot nicer for you guys. But I don't know. You guys kind of like how the way it is until it becomes you. And the way they lose too. And the way they lose. I think some people don't care. And the way they lose. And the way some of these guys win as well. Because we know a lot of fights. Some people feel like they should be wins for other guys. So that definitely happens. And then a lot of aging people out. Like we gotta realize John is like 41 years old. So how long have guys known about him and why they haven't fought him yet? You know, that's another question. Why have a lot of people fought John until he was 40 years old? Because I've always felt like they're aging out people. These guys ain't fighting in their prime. All these guys fighting at almost 40 years old. And we need Turkey out of sheet to do it. And I just heard people talking about how Wilder all these years he don't want to work with Eddie Hearn and all these guys. That was a lie. So glad he got that fixed before he retired. I think that's the greatest thing that happened out of this situation. I ain't gotta hear people say, yeah, man, Wilder didn't want to work with Eddie Hearn. That was a lie. Now we can go into the sunset. Sell off. That's it. But yeah, that was the biggest lie you can never tell though in boxing. Boxing history. The biggest lie that's ever been told over the past 10 years is that Wilder didn't want to work with Eddie Hearn. He just worked with Eddie Hearn. So glad all these fairy tales and ghost stories can get. So now y'all know. I don't know if people realize it, but now you have 10 years of information that these guys been pushing. That's been fake information. It hasn't been real. Nobody's talking about ducking anymore. Bro, people was never ducking. The guys who haven't fought anybody still. No, he's not gonna be doing it for a long time. He's not really investing in the young guys like that. He just wants to see like the Fury fights, the Canelo Crawford fights, the Bitterbill fights. Um, I figure about next year, no longer than the end of next year, probably. They'll be done with all these fights. Not gonna be too many going on. Yeah, they'll finish these off pretty soon. Then they have to come back to America and try to build it back up from ground zero. After they get done with this, there's not gonna be a lot of stars in boxing. It's gonna be a lot of people complaining about Devin Haney probably, because that's what everybody's been doing over the past 3 months. I haven't heard anybody bragging about any fighters they like. So other than the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney thing, I think that'll be whatever people want to talk about for the next 5 years. But other than that, American boxing, it's gonna be done once it leaves the situation with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Just because I know what's to come, you know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. Yeah, but that's because people that haven't really seen these guys' careers. Like with Jilly John, he's just a good example of people just want to jump on the hottest thing because he's 41. I've been telling people all year he just turned 41. So can we just imagine like how many years we've gone without this guy actually being in the ring with a lot of these heavyweights that's around? And it also shows you that like what are we paying for when it comes to the pay-per-view? Like what are we actually paying for? But you know, but you gotta understand this though. We want to pay for a good fight, certain fights. When guys are in their prime and not trying to age people out. But certain fans, they don't care about none of that. They just want to see certain people lose and stuff, all the other stuff. Oh yeah, it's definitely happening. Yeah, the fighters in America getting retired off. Yeah, they getting retired off. That's a situation. That's a situation. You got Andrew Ruiz. He went to Saudi Arabia, made that fight with Joshua. I'll give you a great example. Since I gotta do that. Joshua, like, bro, to be honest with you, like doing whatever the fans ask you to do, that's what kind of messed up people like Wilder, even like a Terrence Crawford. Because Lomachenko, he never had to leave top rank to make certain fights. But in America, they feel like Terrence Crawford, he has to leave and go chase other people to make a fight. And now that we see that the fans been lying about Terrence Crawford not wanting to chase other fighters down, and he's doing it at a high level, that's a situation. Just like when people was talking about Wilder don't want to fight anybody, but he's leaving PBC and Al Heyman to go to Saudi Arabia and make fights with Matchroom and Queensberry. But you had all these media people over the past 10 years telling you how you don't want to fight nobody. And this is after they said he uses excuses in losses. I didn't hear no excuse last night after he lost. I didn't hear not one excuse last night. He said why they don't fight. The reason why they don't fight, that's a long question. That's a hard question to just answer, but I'll tell you why. The reason why they don't fight is a lot of these companies want to build up their company off of just one fighter. So, some of these fans are so casual, they don't really watch boxing, so they'll sit up here and say a guy like Frank Martin was ducking Shakur Stevenson last year, and they'll never pay to see him fight. You know how last year after they said Frank Martin ducked Shakur Stevenson, and they'll never see him fight, or they'll never pay to watch him fight, and all that other stuff. I was on YouTube saying how Frank Martin not ducking Shakur, he might fight Tank Davis, and all the Tank Davis fans said he's a bum, he's not going to do anything, he's trash. And now Tank Davis comes out and says he's going to fight Frank Martin, and now all the fans are saying how Frank Martin is an excellent fighter just because Tank Davis said it. So usually they can carry the sport, but when you have certain guys like fans of guys like Tank Davis that actually he doesn't need to fight a big name. He just needs to tell you that it's a big name. Not to say that Frank Martin's not a good fighter. I think Frank Martin's excellent. I'm a Frank Martin fan. So I'm just telling you, instead of fans going out and doing their own research and saying, hey, Frank Martin's a good fighter, they'll just say, oh, well, Tank Davis said he was a good fighter, so he's a good fighter. Just like when I was saying Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz got more famous off beating Rolly than he did off fighting Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? It's the same situation. But instead of the fans saying, well, you know, Tank looked bad against Eastside Cruz, they'll just say, oh, well, Eastside Cruz, he's a very good fighter. He'll beat anybody. He'll beat this guy. He'll beat that guy. So it's really the fans who play a big part in running boxing into the ground. Because we see now that for certain people, they'll say this, and this about that guy. Or this, and this. They'll make an excuse for this guy. I've seen it plenty of times. Yeah, I think the sport is heading in a good direction as far as what they're doing because there's been a plan that's been going on for a long time. But it doesn't benefit everybody in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like if Tank was in a situation where he had to make certain fights, so the company or to carry the company or division, he'll have more responsibility. But he's really just fighting for his name and legacy right now. He's not really fighting for to go to Saudi and all this other stuff. You know, it's different kind of situations everybody in. Like people got to realize Wilder's not. He's basically moving towards everywhere. He was fighting Matchroom, Queensberry, in Saudi, going to PBC. So he's moving around. A lot of guys that's pay-per-view guys, they haven't really been doing all that. I know Haney's doing it a lot more, but he's a younger guy. Talking about as far as the older guys. Canelo, he just recently started doing it as far as going back and forth with those guys. But it was people already doing it before him. But will it help the division as far as boxing overall? I don't know because I'll just say it like this. Canelo's been working with PBC and the Zone. And then another thing is, I'm going to just keep saying it like this. Like, is it about the best or is it a money thing? I understand it's about the money because you obviously want to make money in the business of boxing. But from what I'm seeing, the way fights are lined up and everything, I don't know if it's just about money. You know what I'm saying? Because the way people are being placed and everything else, I don't know. I just seen it overall, bro. Like, if y'all don't know it, I announced the Bois versus Joshua 2 months ago because I already know what the play is. Yeah. Yeah, they just want to build up guys. They just want to build up guys. But at the same time, yeah, but another thing too, guys ain't jumping out there trying to make a fight like that. Like they'll call out the popular fighter, but as far as a guy that they know that can beat them, a lot of people don't do that. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say popular all the time because Janovic, he's not popular. Sometimes the company just they need a fighter, they need a champion with that belt, bro. Like at that weight class. Sometimes if they got a 160 and they need somebody with a belt at that one weight class, they're gonna put them right there or give them a chance or set them up to have a chance to get a belt. Man, that's why these dudes be getting robbed a lot of times, man. That's why these days you can rob a guy in a fight, and fans ain't gonna really say nothing about it. Like, depending on how you match up a fight, bro. If I get a certain guy from a certain, let me just say, if I just get Lomachenko's cousin or something like that, and I get Devin Haney's little brother or something, and I set those two guys up to fight, all I need is Lomachenko's cousin to go 12 rounds, and everybody's gonna say that he'll beat Devin Haney's brother or something like that. So, bro, these fights are really easier to make than people realize. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really more of what's going on. That's more so definitely what's going on. Yeah, because Derevyanchenko's had too many close fights like that. Like the Triple G fight. You said I'm a fraud? I'm talking BS? What? Like what? I'm a fanboy? I'm a fanboy? Bro, everybody who watches boxing is a way bigger fanboy than I am. Might send the link right now, fanboy. Why would I send a link to a guy named Mikey Deshawn's? You got two first names. Actually, you got two nicknames. If your last name got an S at the end, definitely don't need to be talking to you. This man said Mikey Deshawn's. Your mom don't know who your daddy is? What happened? Your mom don't know who your daddy is? Why you got two names? Mikey Deshawn's? This dude gotta be mixed. Mikey Deshawn's? And you spell Deshawn's with a W-N? This is crazy. Your name is scaring me. This man is insane, bro. Yeah, but like I was saying, man, a lot of these guys don't understand boxing these days. Pacquiao got slept by Mayweather. And these guys still sat up here and said, man, Pacquiao, he'll go out there and destroy Mayweather. And spent hundreds of millions of dollars on Pacquiao and the whole entertainment and everything else. People want to see Mayweather lose so bad that they thought Pacquiao would beat him after this. And this dude named Mikey, grown man named Mikey, sitting up here talking about some I'm a fanboy. Deontay Wilder ain't never got slept like this. Anybody who's a fan of fighters like this who get slept like this and then turn around and say they'll pay to see them against the best. I've never seen Deontay Wilder in the ring like this. If Deontay Wilder would have ever got knocked out like this in the 6th round, I wouldn't be a fan of him right now. Pacquiao got put to sleep and fought Mayweather after this, and the whole world thought he'll beat Mayweather after getting put to sleep. This had nothing to do with boxing, Mikey. Everything y'all talking about had nothing to do with. Everything y'all talking about ain't got nothing to do with boxing. Pacquiao had one of the biggest fights in history and was sleeping on his belly. And people don't want that. That's why I've been saying this for the last couple of hours. Because people can't argue with that point. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't realize it, bro. I got notes for days. Like, I do this for real. Y'all can't argue with this point. This dude got put on his belly, man. in the 6th round. They made $100 million after that. Really, from what I'm seeing, they said they made about $600 million off that fight. $600 million. So America, they more invested in the loser than they are the winner. They don't care that Pacquiao got put to sleep. They just wanted to see Mayweather lose so bad. They're like, okay, we got a guy we think. And you got these guys out here, man. You know, Wilder, I'm a Wilder fan, bro, but I'm done. He done. I don't need to have you around then. And you know what's crazy? All the people who say that, I don't want those people around me. I don't want them to think I'm done just because I fell off a little bit. A lot of people think I'm probably done right now. Yeah, I am done. You're right. You're right. I am done. Absolutely. Absolutely done. I'm telling you, man, these dudes in America, they are so pussy, man. I just gotta be real. These dudes are not, they have no backbone. They fold to whatever, bro. It don't matter. These guys from the UK, like, I'm gonna just be real. These YouTubers in America, every time one of their favorite fighters lose, they feel like they just gotta go out their way to throw one of their favorite fighters under the bus. Like, yeah, man, he's done, he's finished. Like, man, y'all are the biggest sellouts ever. Don't ever, to be honest with you, after today, don't ask me to support. Like, I don't gotta support nobody, no fighter. That hater shit, y'all been hating on Wilder for years. If anybody's a hater, all you guys are fucking haters. Anybody in America, I can call anybody in America a fucking hater. If you're an American, you're a fucking hater. Y'all be hating on Americans too much. America has disgusting sellouts everywhere. People cosplaying as Americans. It just sellouts all over the place. All over the place, sellouts. Then if 10 years they're gonna be like, hey man, I want my grandchild to get treated fairly, or I want my child. Fuck all that, nigga. I'm gonna treat his ass just like you treated Deontay Wilder. Fuck all that. Cause y'all don't understand it, but y'all want people to treat your youngins fairly when they get of age, or get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They getting their ass slandered just like everybody else. That's why I don't do none of that nice guy shit when it comes to this boxing no more. Y'all want to see Deontay Wilder like this? Okay. Everybody getting their ass posted like this from now on. Set the standard. You set the standard, I'm gonna run that shit in the ground. If we showing everybody on the ground flat line like this, bragging about the shit like it's cool, we're gonna do everybody like that. Got this game banger ass mentality in boxing now. All these fucking journalists with these goddamn names that ain't even from America. That's another thing too. In a minute, what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start goddamn looking at these journalists and goddamn looking at their names, because half of these niggas ain't even from America. And we got these goddamn people that ain't even from America reporting on American sports. We got a biased ass agenda. They favorite fighter from Ukraine, but they got them set up to be a fighter to report on American sports. Like, get your ass out of here, man. I'm tired of all that. That's really why I'm doing what I'm doing. All these reporters, these Wojnarowskis and all these other guys, these guys ain't even from America. I don't know, and they ain't been over here long with that name. I don't know why they sitting over here acting like they just invested in American sports like that. Cut it out, homie. For real. Cause y'all gonna turn this into a whole nother thing this week when it comes to boxing. And I might do it just because I'm petty. Everybody else being petty, so I'm gonna be petty. All these European name guys coming over here to America, then posting how people are done and all this other stuff. You ain't even from here. So, like, really, you got an agenda. So what you got going on? And you think I'm not finna trash your own? And the UK knows what? These guys will never beat Usyk. They laughing, but guess what? These guys will never beat Usyk. Never. The biggest win they're gonna have come out of the UK is Wilder. They'll never beat Usyk. So anything to make these guys feel better, enjoy it. But I'm gonna expose all this. Ain't nothing funny about Usyk coming to the UK and dominating every heavyweight. When everybody talking about this the best heavyweight division that we ever had, and these the best heavyweights we ever seen, and Tyson Fury's the best ever all time. He better than Ali. Can't get past Usyk, but he better than Ali. Really? These the guys y'all celebrating? These guys ain't worth nothing, man. Ain't none of these guys getting knockouts every fight. Danny Dubois get a knockout 2 fights in a row, and y'all lose y'all mind. Wilder been doing it 40 fights, and y'all like, oh, well, he need to get a knockout this fight for sure because the last 40 times it wasn't good enough. And these guys like Dubois, they got to get knockouts in emergency purposes. And then people like, yeah, I noticed that, but you know what, Wilder, he didn't get a knockout this time. Bro, it's not my fault that he's almost 40. You haven't been watching him that long. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault. You understand what I'm saying, man? These dudes is insane, man. They act like everybody get knockouts now. I've seen Tyson Fury and Lomachenko go 12 rounds plenty of times, and people act like that's just the best thing they ever seen. I was like, man, Tyson Fury got knocked down by Ngannou. That's crazy. Yeah, I know, man. But did you see when he was going to the body and his jab? Like, I don't know what y'all was watching, but he was boxing Ngannou at the end. The only thing I said was, are y'all gonna say that about everybody? And y'all haven't been doing that. So I don't give a damn about what Tyson Fury was boxing against Ngannou. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Did it work against Usyk? He needs a rematch. We got guys jumping in my comment section telling me that they Usyk fans, but for some reason they want to see Usyk fight Tyson Fury for a second time. Now let me ask y'all a question. If you're an Usyk fan and you just beat Anthony Joshua twice, you beat Daniel Dubois, then you turn around and you beat Tyson Fury, why would you need to fight Tyson Fury again? If you're a Usyk fan, why would you request to fight Usyk again? I mean Tyson Fury again. If you're a Usyk fan, it doesn't make sense. They already know what time it is. They're trying to save what's going on because they know the belts done got away. Usyk then came through and dominated their best heavyweights. If y'all notice, all the people they're bragging about, they couldn't beat Usyk. Dubois couldn't beat Usyk. Fury couldn't beat Usyk. And Joshua couldn't beat Usyk. So to sit around and laugh at my heavyweight, shit, y'all's heavyweight couldn't do shit either. Your guys trash too. Technically, according to the standards y'all talking about. If we going by who's got, we got to have certain guys as favorites and stuff, all that stuff. So okay, yeah, the guys y'all have, they're trash too, and they're doing everything they can. They teaming up to fight certain guys, teaming up to fight MMA fighters. Come on, man, let's be real. Let's be honest. Before that fight yesterday, Wilder had 3 losses like Joshua did. He went out there and fought a guy, Jilly John, who obviously Joshua and Fury have not fought yet. But yeah, they want credit for certain stuff that's not, bro, that's not credible. Get out of here, man. They don't understand. I understand what's going on in Boston. They're going to figure out for the next couple of years, hey, man, you know what? Well, we don't have to figure it out. We can see it now. People are saying Deontay Wilder's trash, and that's the biggest name that Tyson Fury's fought in the last 5 years. and he's the face of boxing. And what's the biggest name? The Joshua going 12 rounds with Parker. I thought going 12 rounds with Parker was a bad thing these days. Didn't Wilder just go 12 rounds with Parker? That was bad, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's getting exposed immediately. I think it's about that time, and we need stuff like this because what people don't realize is some of your favorite fighters that's on pound for pound list. Some of these guys y'all saying are faces of boxing. They going 12 rounds with late replacements. Tank Davis included. Tank Davis went 12 rounds with Pitbull Cruz. I ain't heard nobody say he need to get a rematch or he need to get the knockout. He went 12 rounds with Eastside Cruz. You ain't hear me sitting around here talking about he trash. And Eastside Cruz wasn't on everybody. Eastside Cruz had a loss before he even fought Tank Davis. And people are telling me, yeah, that was a 50-50 fight. That's the best fight in the hand. So far, and they supposed to be fighting the best? The best fight can't be a late replacement. That's not how boxing's going. The best guy on your resume shouldn't be a guy who you found out about just now and you're supposed to fight Romero a couple of months ago. Now it's somebody else. Then after that fight, the Pitbull Cruz fight, people said, oh, he was hurt. He had a hurt wrist in that fight. That's why the fight was so close. And that guy's not 40 pounds heavier than him. That's not a guy who's on pound for pound. He's not somebody who everybody said was one of the best. Like, if you look at everybody's resume, they're not fighting guys like Tyson Fury, then Joseph Parker or Jilly Jung or nothing like that. These guys ain't fighting none of these guys. That's why I said my favorite fighters like Terrence Crawford. He's going from fighting 140s to 147. Everybody said he was trash. Now he's going up to 54 and 68 trying to fight Canelo. That's what the guys I watched. That's what they do. All the fighters that's my favorite right now, they move up. I've never had a fighter who was one of my favorites. Well, I ain't gonna say never. Most of the fighters I have, they move up in weight. Most of these other guys, like, sorry to say it, but like Regis Prograis, Keith Thurman, they had the same weight for about 10 years. Then they'll call other guys weight bullies. But they'll be in the same weight class for 10 years. So yeah, my favorite fighters are not like that. They don't sit at one weight class for 10 years, try to weight bully their way through a situation, and then want to rain on everybody else's parade. It's not how it goes. And everybody don't gotta agree with Deontay Wilder or him losing or anything else, but to sit up here and act like you didn't know you knew who Tyson Fury was or Joshua. If you did know who they was before that, you wasn't asking Fury or Joshua to fight each other before Wilder jumped in the ring with Fury. So I know who's been really trying to carry boxing the last couple of years. I already know it. Trust me, it's gonna show. It's definitely gonna show. All these guys now, y'all got these fighters popping up. Sorry to say it, but even with Tim Tszyu situation, I know it's a health issue, but you see it's not easy when a lot of these guys getting injuries and the fight gets postponed. When certain fights get postponed, now y'all start to realize it now. It's not easy for these guys to get back in the ring. Hey man, I gotta postpone this fight. I gotta call this fight off. We just had Tim Tszyu postpone the fight, Bitterbill, Mike Tyson. Tyson Fury did it like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, these guys jumping in the ring. So you gotta give him credit. Even Anthony Joshua. I don't think Anthony Joshua postpones fights. So yeah, being ready is a skill. But to be honest with you though, boxing has a time limit on it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I give it 5 years on boxing. I would say 10, but I'm gonna give it 5. And people will say, you sound crazy. I give it 5 years on boxing. I'm dead serious. I give it 5 years. I give it 5 years. Like being a boxer, like with that skill level, that's not really something it's not really celebrated over here. So guys are gonna try to go for the knockout, but that's not celebrated either. That's proof already with Wilder. So American fighters, they're gonna be in a tough situation. 1 or 2 losses. I know guys with 1 loss right now that can't get on the fight card. So it's a tough situation right now. It's not gonna be a lot of opportunities being given out in Boston like it has been over the last couple of years, especially with apps and stuff, all that going on. You know, it's hard to have certain programs or things going on when you got an app. You can't just throw anything on there. But it surprises me though the way direction Boston's going, man. Surprises me for real. Really surprises me. I'm not surprised at the reaction, but I'm surprised that I didn't think Boston was gonna be this petty over the years. It's gonna hold a lot of people back though, going forward. Going forward, Boston's gonna be held back to the standard is too low now. It's too low. I'm explaining it with this Pacquiao picture. If Pacquiao would have been, if they would have said Pacquiao was done after this picture, boxing history wouldn't even be the same right now. Not to say that Wilder should go out there and fight again. I don't know. It's really up to him. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I make suggestions like, oh yeah, I don't think he should fight again, but from what I've seen against guys getting hurt a certain way recently and everything else, nah, they don't care about guys to that point. I wouldn't say that. Some people just say that because they want to say that, but the heavyweight division isn't really like, bro. If you look at the last few fights we've had, like with I'll just say the big fights: Usyk, Fury, the 2 Ngannou fights, the Wilder fights with Parker, then the John fights with Parker. Hasn't been much going on, honestly. It has in recent months, but all these guys are older now. They're like 40. That's what you're getting right now. That's kind of what bothers me the most. It's kind of like, okay, these guys are, even though guys have been fighting in older ages for years. Yeah, they do. It's becoming normal now. I don't know what it is. I don't want to use it as a, well, actually, I know what it is because most of these people, they're fans of fighters from other countries, so they must have some kind of connection to them. And then a lot of these other guys, they have agendas. Boxing is really, to be honest with you, what I've learned since I had this YouTube channel is, if you can't really beat an American boxer, if an American boxer isn't losing, it's not really fun. You know what I'm saying? If an American fighter is not losing, if he doesn't lose, it's not really fun. It's not really a lot of reporting going on. Tyson Fury lost 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't really a big deal though. Ever since he got dropped by Ngannou, I learned then the media doesn't treat American boxers the same as they do anybody else. If anybody else would got dropped by Ngannou, people will still be bringing that up. I didn't hear many people saying, "Oh yeah, we got revenge for Ngannou." I didn't hear nobody saying they got revenge for Ngannou, but for some reason they said that Ryan Garcia got revenge for Lomachenko. So Lomachenko needs revenge from Devin Haney, but even though he didn't get a knockdown in the fight. But for some reason, Ngannou doesn't need revenge for Tyson Fury. Cause I'm just telling you right now. I'm gonna tell you 3V. I'm gonna tell you why it's the fans more than it is the media. It is the media, but it's more so the fans. I'm gonna tell you why. It's a lot of I don't know if you know this right now, but it's a lot of celebrities that's like silently getting canceled right now because of just certain things they've been saying or doing. Just certain things they've been participating with. But a lot of people they understand how the media rolls, or you know, they hold certain celebrities to a standard. But in boxing, you know, I don't know. It's different. They don't look at it the same way. So they can do it, but like I said, the sport ain't gonna be fun if they do it. If they just respect every fighter over here, the sport not gonna be fun. That's why I try to tell everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, man, everybody likes Mike Tyson." Everybody liked Mike Tyson until he said, "I'm gonna fight Jake Paul." As soon as Mike Tyson said, "I'm gonna fight Jake Paul," everything went bad. You see how many people disrespected Mike Tyson as soon as he said, "I'm gonna fight Jake Paul"? These are the same people that don't like Deontay Wilder. Because if you notice it, over the years, you couldn't really tell who don't like Mike Tyson. They make it seem like everybody likes Mike Tyson. They've been making it seem like that over the years. Oh yeah, you know, Mike Tyson just be smoking his weed and he do what he do, and he was on The Hangover. It was funny. As soon as Mike Tyson said, "Yeah, I want to fight Jake Paul. I want to do what everybody else doing, like Canelo and these guys." Oh no, Mike, you too old, man. You can't be doing this, man. What is old man trying to do? So you see what I'm saying? Like they start showing you what they really thought about Mike Tyson. Had nothing to do with the age. It's more so about why is he even trying to get in the spotlight? Because Mike Tyson just fought a couple of years ago. He just fought Roy Jones. This was around the same time that Jake Paul was getting started. So he could have fought Jake Paul at the same time, around that same time. And nobody would have had a problem. And that's just real talk. That's probably a deeper conversation than what we need to have right now. But it's a lot more deeper than that because, like I said, man, Mike Tyson was cutting into everybody's sales. He was cutting into everybody's sales. A lot of these guys talking about their stars and pay-per-view sales. It's a lot more people that was talking about that Mike Tyson fight. And you can't say and he just fought recently, so everybody know how he looks in the ring. And he sold almost 2 million pay-per-views without no crowd. And none of these guys can do it. They talking about they the face of boxing. None of these guys selling 1.5 with no crowd. They won't be able to do it now or at 50 years old because they're not fighting the best. The fans know. You can't trick the fans. The real fans who actually gonna be doing this consistently over a period of time, you're not gonna be able to trick them. That's why you got Canelo trying to mention his name with Crawford right now. Or you got Joshua and Dubois and Parker. Like, who cares, bro? Anybody gonna beat Usyk? That's kind of where I'm at with things right now. Like that heavyweight stuff, cool, but all these guys like 40 years old now, or almost 40. Is anybody gonna beat Usyk? Oh, that ain't gonna happen? Okay then. So basically these are exhibitions that's going on. Well, that's fine. I like that too. But don't try to act like y'all just laughing at somebody because they ain't the best. These guys ain't the best either. That's what people gotta fail to realize. Well, that's what they fail to realize. These guys ain't the best either. They had their chance to dominate a guy like Usyk and they failed. And they're not 38 years old yet. When they get to 38 years old, they're not gonna be fighting, I bet. Man, they talking about some of these guys retiring now. Now think about the age that Terrence Crawford and Wilder and all these guys fighting at right now. 37, 36. These guys 34, 35 talking about they want to retire. Like, we should have been questioning these guys as far as like, man, these guys want to box? But yeah, if y'all wonder why this picture is up here, it's because Manny Pacquiao was dropped in the 6th round. Same round that Wilder was in. Dropped in. If you look at this picture right here, Wilder's on his back. He obviously got up. But Manny Pacquiao was dropped in this round, and he ended up making $100 million after this. And he was put to sleep. So I'm trying to figure out where was all the fans at and why they wasn't saying Manny Pacquiao was done. If Manny Pacquiao, they would have said Manny Pacquiao was done, we would have never got Mayweather. So they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting y'all know they got cognitive thinking. They know what they're doing, what they're saying, but they're basically trying to run Wilder's career into the ground in front of my eyes. And that's not happening. To be honest with you, y'all kind of lit a fire under me. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. With all the trolls that's on the internet, I don't do all this blocking and stuff like that until they have no answers. But ain't nobody hopping on this channel trying to argue with me about no boxing. Y'all seen what Buddy just did? What's his name? Mikey Deshaun's. He said, yo, a fraud, man. You talking hella BS. You a fanboy. Nothing about the fight game. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about what the fight game I'm talking about. Joshua, they called the fight off. Dude had his hands on the ropes. They should have been called a fight off. They didn't do it. Wilder gets up, same way, called a fight off. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if they would have called Fury out, yeah, I know he was a troll. If they would have called Fury out the same way that they called Wilder out yesterday, Fury had about 3 losses right now. They should have called him out like that in about 2 Wilder fights and the Ngannou fight. The Ngannou fight, bro, he did too much. He had a long count, then he put his hands on the ropes. Nah, man, fight's off. But people don't understand that. All that stuff helps. Wilder had to pop right up after he got dropped. Because after he got dropped, I said, oh, man, this fight over with. He got dropped too bad. Boom. As soon as he got dropped, he hopped right up. And they said, nah, man, fight's off. He like, what? Because he thinking in his mind, okay, they're going to let me just get put to sleep. Because everybody already said Wilder got knocked out. He's like, no, I'm trying to get knocked out, but I ain't got knocked out yet. They don't understand what kind of fighter he is, though. But Pacquiao getting saluted like this, nah, that changed the game right there. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't say guys the face of Boston after quitting in the 6th, 7th round, taking knees. And then guys is ending on their feet. So these the guys, y'all, I'm telling y'all, but this is my thing right here. I actually want Wilder to, and this is real talk. I didn't want Wilder to actually fight this weekend because after the last couple of weeks of people actually saying that a little bit of PEDs ain't bad and all the other stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of good on whoever, on certain dudes fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get in the ring and do all that, that's cool with me, but I think it's time for him to hang it up. Because when the fans said that, I don't care about agreeing with those guys. They've been screaming about John Jones for 50 years and not even MMA fans. Oh, I just know he took drugs. Oh. Then these other guys, they run around with PEDs all in their system. All in their system. Yeah, people be coming in here, bro. I'm telling y'all, people be coming in here, but they be getting the fuck out, bro. When they be hearing how I be talking, they be like, bro, I'm not finna say nothing to this guy. Telling y'all, it don't be as many trolls as y'all think. They don't really. They'll do it somewhere else, but they don't do it around here like that. Pac-Man got $100 million after getting KO'd like this, and dudes talking about they boxing fans. When we gonna start talking about boxing? What happened inside the ring? All y'all done watched all these fights. Y'all fans of all these guys. I think I'm drilling this point in the ground too much. I want to move on, but oh yeah, they always be full of trolls. They don't be trolling over here. They don't be trolling over here. Like I had a guy last night talking about, hey man, you're pro-black. First of all, most of the fighters in America is black. So he basically said you're pro-American, and that's a bad thing. So these guys be bring. So let me tell y'all something now. I'm gonna get this point through before I start. So basically, all the Mexican fans, all the UK fans, basically are telling me that I'm racist for supporting American fans instead of supporting UK fans and Mexican fans. I'm not from the fucking UK or Mexico. So why would I have to support your fighters instead of fighters that's from the country I'm from? And why would that be considered racist? When you guys, I never took a flag to a fight in my life. Why these guys who take flags to fights all the time, why they don't call those guys racist? Why do I have to be considered racist for following American fighters? But you'll see guys bringing flags that's longer than a bed sheet to a fight. And I ain't never heard somebody say, oh, they're bringing race into boxing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they ain't gonna never get the news right. That's why a lot of people be saying, hey man, what the news is. Like, bro, if y'all listen to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, if y'all listen to the news, you'll actually hear what's going on. But yeah, it'd be a lot of trolls out here though. It'd be a lot of trolls out here. But they gonna troll their way into a bad situation though. I'm gonna tell you why, 3V. 3V, I'm gonna tell you why they gonna troll themselves into a situation. Right now, they gotta explain. They trying to explain to the world why Ryan Garcia is more talked about than Canelo Alvarez. Ryan Garcia is he's more. That's why people think like, oh, you don't like Ryan. I definitely like what Ryan doing because Ryan Garcia exposed that all these guys y'all had on pound for pound or the face of boxing, they had Tank Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury as the face of boxing. I want to say in January and February. And this is after Tyson Fury got dropped by Ngannou. For some reason, they say he was still the face of boxing because they want him, the winner of Joshua and Fury, to be the face of boxing. But for some reason, they don't really recommend nobody else as the face of boxing. Then Ryan Garcia beats Haney. And then all of a sudden they say, you know what? Ryan Garcia the face of boxing. So I'm glad they said that because now that proves that it just takes one fight to become the face of boxing over Canelo and Tank. It only takes one fight. They said it only takes one fight. Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney, so he got to be the face of boxing. Okay, so it only takes one fight? I didn't know that. And guess what? So Ryan Garcia is 25 years old, and he's the most talked about boxer in boxing right now. And we got Canelo, Tank. And you know what's crazy? Tank Davis beat Ryan Garcia. And they still talking more about Ryan Garcia right now. So is this a year? I think, well, my live tomorrow is going to be about, I'll just tell y'all now. This is the year of celebrating the loser. We got grown men on the internet right now with kids spending their Saturday yelling at their phone about how grown women are fouling Caitlin Clark too hard in the WNBA. But we out here celebrating Deontay Wilder getting flatlined. So you niggas out here care about a fucking girl getting fouled in a game harder than dudes out here who done been through wars that weighs 60, 70 pounds less than somebody getting dropped and trying to walk it off. But y'all care more about this girl getting fouled in a WNBA game. Oh, these dudes is horrible out here, man. They care more about a girl getting fouled in a basketball game. These dudes is, bro, I'm telling you, these dudes is weak. I noticed that this morning. I'm like, bro, why do I keep hearing about this girl getting fouled in the game? And why every time I hear about it, it's some grown man with a beard yelling at his phone about how they're fouling her too hard. Like, bro, who cares? Ain't you the same dude who was just talking about somebody getting their head knocked off in a boxing ring? Oh, okay. And you care about fouls? Bro, this the dudes y'all roll with? This who y'all jumping in the car with? Okay. This the crowd y'all following. I sat right here. I said, hey, man, last night before I went to sleep, I said, hey, how many guys have been put down like this? I said, why did they get put to sleep? I said, I kept seeing KO, knocked out, knocked out, knocked out, knocked out, knocked out. I said, knocked out. And then these punks out here, when Ryan Garcia quit against Tank Davis, they gonna put something about Tank Davis shot Ryan Garcia or something like that. Didn't even say the man quit or nothing like that. Didn't say he got destroyed or he got brutally destroyed or beat down or all this other stuff. They didn't say nothing like that. I ain't never seen Deontay Wilder take a knee and say, oh, you know what, man? I'm mailing it in, man. Man, I had a lot of respect for Ryan Garcia last year. I can't stand this fucking guy right now, to be honest with you. And it has nothing to do with Devin Haney. I was already on the fence about him because he talked too damn much. But now that I hear his rhetoric and what he be saying, he sound like I said, he's Charlie Z Jr. That Charlie Z guy, he ain't nothing but a Charlie Z in professional boxing. This dude quit against Tank Davis, and ain't nobody sit up here and said he got brutally destroyed. Or I have never had a fighter that I've had on in my favorites that went out here and took a knee and said, you know what, man, I'm done. Can't be American doing that. He's not American. In America, we don't do stuff like that. Can't be American. Y'all can't find me no American fighters that finish fights like this. Ryan Garcia, yeah, he definitely Mexican. Yeah, y'all can have him. Yeah, yeah, y'all want to claim him now, you can have that. In America, we finish on our back, or like Pacquiao, we going to sleep. Or like Joshua, we getting up. But taking a knee, nah. And y'all saying this the face of boxing? First of all, that's a problem. To say this guy's the face of boxing after quitting, if you could look away from somebody quitting, you could definitely look away from this. If you forgot about Fury quit getting dropped by Ngannou, if you forgot about Ryan Garcia quitting the knee 12 months ago, if you forgot about Joshua basically quitting when he put his arms on the ropes, yeah, you can forget about all this. About what Wilder did. But yeah, man, that's all I got for today, man. I'm definitely gonna talk about more about America celebrating the loser this year, because a lot of people that's never won anything is being celebrated in America. If y'all look at the sports, most of these guys, they got 5 MVPs and everything else. They just got a championship. So these are the people they celebrate these days. But these fans, man, the fans are disgusting, man. But it's funny though when I hear these guys say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna put my little brother in boxing." You better not. I'm gonna treat his ass like you treating Bill Haney and all these guys. Cause when you know how when you sit up here and you start talking like Bill Haney, I'm gonna say, man, I don't like that guy because of how his dad be talking. Ain't that crazy? You got grown men out here who don't like nobody because of how somebody's dad talking. That's crazy. So we're gonna have kids running around that's gonna be destroying other kids because, hey man, I don't like how your dad talking. Like Bill Haney, man. Your dad talking like Bill Haney. My dad don't like people who talk like Bill Haney, so I don't either. The destruction they putting in the world. But yeah, man, that's all I got for today. Definitely wanted to give out that lesson, but yeah, man, these fans they falling for the banana and tailpipe, but it's gonna show this year. Tank Davis fighting 2 weeks. Remember that now. Remember what I said. 50-50 fights. So-called 50-50 fights now. They're not fighting the best, but it's 50-50 fights. That's my message for today. The guys right now, Canelo, all that stuff, they're not fighting the best guy in the divisions, but they're fighting 50-50 fights. So I'm definitely not disappointed in the old 38-year-old Deontay Wilder going out there and doing what he did. And like I said with the Haney fight, I'm glad he stood up and tried to finish the fight. Because I know guys in America that take a knee, they the face of boxing. This is what the face of boxing look like in America. It only takes one fight to change your life. Even if you quit on the knee, you can still turn back around and be the face of boxing. So yeah, this is what the face of boxing look like in America, and this is what knocked out look like now. Even though if you stand up on your feet, this is technically knocked out. This ain't knocked out. In America, they don't think this is knocked out anymore. This is a TKO now. They say this is knocked out now. Oh yeah, they definitely got media push. They definitely got media push. They got media push. I'm definitely taking some risks, saying what I'm saying and doing what I'm doing. I'm definitely taking a risk by doing what I'm doing, but it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be done, bro. Obviously, you feel some type of way about the same thing I'm saying, so it has to be done, bro. Somebody got to do it. I've been watching ESPN and boxing. Yeah, they covering up, man. The reason why they covering up because why would I say this? The reason why they covering it up because they didn't think Ngannou would drop Fury. Ever since Ngannou dropped Fury, that's why when people say, "Oh, why do you say that Ngannou exposed boxing?" He exposed it because it showed that a lot of guys that Fury been boxing was not the same size as him. Ngannou was the same size as him. So it doesn't take much for a guy like Ngannou to put that power behind him and get a guy like Fury on the ground. So when Fury felt the guy like that big, put him on the ground, he was like, whoa. And the speed too. So that's really what, in my eyes, that's what they really covering up right now, is the fact that none of these guys are fighting guys close to their size. That's one thing I've learned. I try to stay away from messy stuff, like, because it's kind of messy when you try to break people's resume down like that. But it's not really messy because these guys are going too far. They going too far. Like the propaganda, the Wendy Williams ass stuff I'm seeing in boxing they pushing now. I'll destroy these guys' favorite boxers. I don't care if Deontay Wilder had 100 losses. I would destroy these guys' favorite boxers. That's why every time somebody comes in my chat, I say who your favorite boxer is. These dudes will not say it. They will not say it. On everything I love, these dudes will not jump in this chat. Every time you, 3-7, every time you go on my live, you heard somebody say, my favorite fighter is so-and-so. He get his ass ripped to shreds because that guy was my favorite fighter before he was your favorite fighter. And that's a fact. So a lot of these guys that be trying to brag about certain fighters, these guys haven't even fought the guys the same size as them. Jung is 41 years old. He still hasn't fought Joshua and Fury. So is he ducking Joshua and Fury? So who's ducking Joshua and Fury? Is it Jung or is he ducking them? Are they ducking Jung or is he ducking? Or is it about the money now? You know what I'm saying? They can't answer that. And then with Usyk is a guy with good skill. So if you look at Joshua's resume, he He don't have a guys with high skill level on there. It's not guys on Joshua's resume where you're like, ooh, he fought an elite boxer or something like that. The closest guys like Joseph Parker. And Joseph Parker gave him problems. And Ruiz. Ruiz gave him problems. So those, in my eyes, the best two guys he done faced lately. I've been saying that for years. Joseph Parker, one of my favorite heavyweights, but he be trying to play the background too much. I don't like guys who want to be Robin. I like Batman. I don't like Robin. Don't nobody watch Batman and be like, hey man, I want to see what Robin doing. We don't want to see what the sidekick's doing. We want to see what the superhero, the main guy. So that's why I'm kind of like, nah, I'm good on that. But those guys haven't really fought each other like that either. They haven't made no fights like that. The biggest fights that they made so far is in Saudi Arabia. That's what I'm saying. Like, a guy like Deontay Wilder, he don't need a Saudi Arabia. These guys need Saudi Arabia. He don't need to go to Saudi Arabia to make a Tyson Fury fight or a Luis Ortiz fight. Joshua had to go to Saudi Arabia to make the second Ruiz fight. And he's been over there ever since. Never came back to America. Didn't want to fight over America. For some reason, he too good to fight in America, but everybody else, they got to fight in America. They need to fight in Vegas and this place. But yeah, the media's their hatred for certain boxers it's exposed. The media is basically these trolls that go in our comments. That's why when you seen people going at Dan Rafael the other day, it's kind of like, whoa, what's going on? I'm just reporting the news. Yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, they don't care about you reporting the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care about the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear. That's why you have certain YouTubers right now. They're like, they have a life expectancy on that. If Ryan Garcia, it's possible that Ryan Garcia can go lose his next 2 or 3 fights. And what are you going to be saying then? Everybody's lying on Ryan Garcia? If he looks different in his next 2 or 3 fights? Do you think really fans in America want to sit around here and say, man, I told y'all so about Ryan Garcia. He was on that juice. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared that Ryan Garcia quit against St. Davis. We just wanted to see the best fight the best. Or the best competition in the ring with each other. Or trying to fight each other. But Ryan Garcia, he's getting let off easy though. He's getting a lot of chances. He get a lot of chances. I'm telling you that right now. Because that stuff they've been covering up lately with Joshua and everything else. Joshua, if you look at his last couple of fights, he's fought Ngannou, Otto Wallin, Robert Helenius, Jermaine Franklin, Usyk twice. And we know what he did against Usyk twice. So he been picking and choosing. Fury been picking and choosing. It is what it is, but that's what's been going on. How your hardest fight is Deontay Wilder in the last couple of years? And people will say, well, you know, he did fight Usyk recently. Usyk wasn't a cruiserweight all these years. People are getting dominated by cruiserweights. We're talking about a guy who didn't start boxing until he was able to drink, basically. And we're comparing him to guys who've been boxing their whole life. Tyson Fury's whole family boxes. He comes from a boxing family. And a guy from Alabama that's 200 pounds and 215 basically, almost took all that away. He basically did because he put Fury in a situation where he beat Usyk. The fact that people got to run around and say, well, you know, Fury didn't beat Usyk, but he beat Wilder. Bro, that means that actually gives Wilder even more credit. Because that's the only name you can go to. People will say, well, he beat Klitschko. Well, I wasn't watching boxing. Most of these guys, they weren't watching boxing around the Klitschko time. So they're not going to say Klitschko. But people have to realize that guys are losing the cruiserweights multiple times. That's a bad look. Getting dropped by an MMA fighter. It's a bad look. Seeing Manny Pacquiao get put to sleep by Marquez, then making $100 million with Mayweather. It's a bad look. But yeah, that's all I got though, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later on. Like and subscribe.